Yeah, today we finally got what we needed. We've been waiting patiently, frustratingly so, getting the market to tell us which direction it's going to go when we finally got a confirmation across the board.
This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell.
On today's episode, we're going to stop talking about how to trade and show you exactly how we do trade inside the 10-minute trading room. So be sure to stay to the end so I can show you exactly how to get that $5,488 worth of trading education for free. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you every single trade that we put on over the last couple of weeks and how we traded them. And hopefully you'll find a ton of value with this. So here's everything we've traded inside the 10-minute trading room.
Markets are people. People are predictable. Outlier can show you how to track market fear and greed with artificial intelligence on over 1,300 of the largest market cap names. Visit outlier.com to learn more. That's OVTLYR.com. They have a free pilot program for the rest of 2021 so you can get access to right now at OVTLYR.com. That's OVTLYR.com.
Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading. Well, good afternoon, traders. Happy December the 13th, 2021. I hope you're having an incredible Monday to start your week. And I hope your weekend was incredible as well. I know for me, we don't get a lot of cold weather here in Texas. So it's the first time my little boys had actually put on a sweater and long pants. And they're like, "Dad, I don't like long pants." I'm like, "I know, I get it, but it's that time of year." So if you are here, do me a favor in the chat box, tell me hi. I appreciate that. We've been working on the webinar for this Friday earlier, and let me give you a sneak peek at the webinar. 3 secrets to discovering a 90% discount on every stock you buy. Warning, only do this if you like big profits and small losses. Now, the way to go register for that is, hang on, why can't I type this in? Oh, here we go. It's webinar.10minutestocktrader.com. See if that comes through. There you go. That is the link to get to there. You will already have the link in your email. But yeah, go register for this. I'm going to be covering 3 sections on this. How to ethically buy 1 share of stock and get 9 free. The way 10-minute traders figured out the secret to big wins and small losses. Secret number 2 is how to tell if you're overpaying for the stock when you're already getting a 90% discount. Doesn't sound possible, but it is. And finally, the 3-second test to see if the market is going to take your money before even putting on the trade. That will be Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. I would love to see you there. This is the most fun I get to do of everything, is putting on these webinars and really sharing and showcasing the things that I've learned over the years. Looks like we do have some people in the chat. Brian says, "You have on long pants." I actually don't. I have on gym shorts. I was just working out a few minutes. I'm still wearing my workout t-shirt too. But you got to throw on the jacket so you look fancy, right? Brian, thank you for joining us today. I think you suggested this topic for next week. This was one of the sections in last time's webinar, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's really explore that more. So thank you for that. Isaac, no shorts in Alaska this time. Dude, I couldn't imagine being in Alaska. That's the opposite. The opposite of what I'm used to. Glad you could make it all the way from Alaska today, Isaac. And Kevon, boom, pound it. You are awesome. I'm glad you made it today. And I think Kevon figured out the emoji thing. I think if you start with the emoji, like happy face up front, it doesn't work. But if you put text and then your emoji, it seems to work. Kevon, not only are you a genius, but you're also really good at putting in emojis. So thank you, sir. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate that. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, Brian's funny. I like that. So yeah, let's get into today's market analysis. You're probably going to have a good idea of what I'm going to say, though. Now, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm a broken record right now. And it's not me, it's how the strategy works in the market. And right now, the market continues to base sideways. Isaac had a great point last time about the moving averages crossing over could be a sign of a stage 3 and potentially a stage 4 once they do finally cross down. So yeah, right now we need to see the black line. Oh, hang on, I have the wrong lines on there. Give me a second here. We need to see the blue line over the black line, and then price over the 50 to be bullish. All that is true. The market is in a bullish posture, but the MMFI is tanking hard, 29%. That means only 1 in 3 stocks. Looks like the Twitter space is starting to pick up on this. I saw somebody making a post yesterday. This is the first time in history that the S&P 500 made a new all-time high, while the IWM, which is the small caps, was below its 200-day moving average. That's a really bad sign. That means that these are all the small caps. These are all the growth stocks that people look to invest in. These are the kind of stocks that my friend Mark talks about, Mark Minervini, that he talks about. They're getting decimated out there. Like if the index is below its 200, that means everything that comprises the index has been shot. And additionally, somebody made a great point. I wish I had saved it, but it was something like the generals, being the market indexes, the indices, can only march so far without the soldiers. And I think that that's what we're about to see. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. I think we're going to have a really sharp snapback. But the market trend is up, but the internals are down. The disparity between the two is why we are holding cash and playing conservative. Remember, we have 3 types of days. One's offensive, where everything lines up and we're going to get in. 2 is defensive. That's when we're already in the market, but we're not adding to any positions. And the 3rd type of day is a transition day. And a transition day is like today. We're going to let the market tell us where it's going to go. And right now, it's still trying to make up its mind. If you look at it, it's been flat for the last month with an insane amount of volatility around that flat point. Yes, Isaac, the soldiers are the soldiers are represented by the MMFI. Remember, the MMFI just tracks all the stocks that are above their 50-day average, and it represents it to us in a really simple format, which I find incredibly useful. And it's a huge component of my strategy, which, if you remember the webinar last week, once I added this, just this one simple line, once I added in going long when it's above and going short when it's below, my profits tripled. That's why, even though the market is telling us one thing and this is telling us something else, we have an advantage that most people have no idea about. They just see the market going in one direction and don't realize that the internals are broken to the market. So yes, the soldiers are represented by the MMFI. Very good, Isaac. I'm impressed, Isaac. You do seem to come to the table with a little bit of insights, and I appreciate that. Now, FinClub, they must add a glitch or something today because there's no red, green, or yellow light to it. But I'm going to assume it was a green day because they had several pass. And then, we're not going to be adding to any trades because we don't have any. We're not going to be making any trades because the market still hasn't decided which way it's going to go. It's taken out all of Friday's move. And it very, very well may be starting its downward descent that I'm expecting. But once it does, we will get very aggressive. But until that point, it's a very defensive play. I do have some final thoughts that go with this, so let me reach into that real quick. The number one reason why traders fail is that they trade their emotions instead of trading their system. There was a point in time where I felt like if I was not making trades on a daily basis, I wasn't a trader. But the people that I learned trading from initially, the fake gurus that we talked about, they were like, listen, trade small, trade all the time. You probably know who I'm talking about. And their whole concept, I think, was to get people involved, which I agree with, but also I think that there may have been some other motives behind this. And I don't know what that is. But I do know that there is a point in time where you have to stop trading. You have to let the market tell you what it's going to do instead of trying to force your opinions on the market. And I've said this a few times now. I know that there are several people on long and short sides that just got blown out in the last 2 weeks. While we're sitting here with our powder dry, 100% ready to go once the market tells us which way it's going to be. And you hate this brown Kool-Aid. Yeah, mixing the green and the red makes it brown. Yeah, that's a really good point. I hate this Kool-Aid too. I think I told you last week, it's nothing more than a video game. Once you can really break that mental barrier, it is basically playing Mario. And there are times when the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, just isn't working right. This is what we're looking at right now. The NES, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, all of those are in the shop. And in the very near future, it will say, hey, the way to play the game is to the downside, and we will go nuts on that. The way to play the game is to the upside, and we'll go nuts on that. Make trading a game, and it becomes way easier. Remove the emotions out of it. The number one reason traders fail is they trade their emotions instead of trading their systems. This is the 10-minute trading system. And while there are times where you sit and you wait, it's totally strategic. So if you're finding that helpful, do me a favor in the chat, just type in yes. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding why we're waiting. Look, I want to play. You know I want to play. You know I want to play with you guys and let you guys come along with me as we play. But this is not the market to do that. So if you didn't already do that, please head over to webinar.10minutestocktrader.com so you can register for this Friday's webinar. I love doing these live, and you guys get to keep these forever inside the members area of the 10-minute trading room. But being able to have it live allows a lot of people to come and ask a lot of questions that you get to benefit from, because somebody else in the chat might ask a question you were thinking, but didn't get a chance to type it in. Or they might ask a question that you never even thought of, and it's like, oh yeah, we should talk about that. So yeah, please, if you haven't already, go register, and I will see you. This is going to be Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. As soon as it's over too, I got to bail. My kids are having Christmas things at school, and my wife is like, you better be there. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, I will be there. Good. I got several people understanding why we're waiting. We want the market to work for us. Brian understands. Victor understands. Luis understands. C. Senor and Isaac understands. I just had a week one with Victor this morning. He did a really great idea. Or he had a really great, I totally said that wrong. He's doing an incredible job so far. The best thing that I was impressed by with Victor this week was when I asked him, hey, why did you put on these trades? I could see it in his eyes. He's like, oh, I don't know why. And that is totally okay, Victor. I want you to know that I'm really proud of you for having that honesty with yourself. Because knowing why you put on the trades is just as important as, hang on, I just saw Brian's comment. Knowing why you put on these trades is just as important as why you're going to get out of the trades. Okay, Brian's comment said, list of books. Dude, I let you down. I'm sorry. I'm going to make that list real quick. I know number one is Trend Trading, or Trend Following by Covell. If you can get the 2004 edition, get that one. That one's my favorite. Next is The Complete Turtle Trader. So that's number one, number 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them. I have, actually, I'll tell you what, I have Victor's syllabus here. Let me just pull this up. They'll tell us right here. So when you work with me one-on-one, I actually do like my best to give you the best experience possible. And so in this, number 1 is The Complete Turtle Trader. You know what? I think I'm just going to drop this in the trading room That way, if you guys ever want to work with me, you'll know what we're going to do, and you'll have the books as well. Yeah, so The Complete Turtle Trader, Trend Following by Covell, New Trader, Rich Trader by my friend Steve Burns, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market, Trading in the Zone, which I'm about to reread that one. I have it up on my shelf right there. I'm about to reread it. Mindset Secrets for Winning by Minervini. So those 6 books are the ones that I completely would teach on. But yeah, inside, and this is not a pitch or anything, I'm just letting you know since we're going to talk about it here. Inside, working with me, it's a 12-week program. The first 4 weeks are developing your edge. And like I was telling Victor today, I was like, listen, I can tell you what to do, but until you really embody it and develop it for yourself, you're going to make the same mistakes any novice trader would. The second 4 weeks, so that's offensive, finding your edge. So next 4 weeks are defense, right? Controlling your risk, which, as you know, I'm a huge advocate for. If you don't control your risk, you're not going to stay around as a trader, period. And then the final 4 weeks are trade psychology, where you're blending the two and making that all work together. So yeah, I will drop this in the trading room. In fact, right after this call, I'll go into my dashboard. I'll drop it in there for you. And you should see it there in the next 30 minutes or so at the latest. And yeah, thank you guys for coming today. This was a really good one. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but it looks like we worked through it. Thank you all for sticking around through the technical difficulties. But yeah, I think this actually turned out to be a really good show today. So I will see you tomorrow. And in about half hour or so, check in the trading room and you should find this PDF there. So I will catch you on tomorrow's episode.
Welcome to the 10-Minute Trading Room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Good afternoon, traders. Happy December the 14th. I am so glad that you made it today. Hey, I have a question for you. I consider myself quite the nerd. I don't know if you consider me a nerd or if you consider yourself a nerd. But one of my favorite things is I have a 3D printer and I use that thing like almost constantly. I mean, like at least once a week I'm using it. And I always find something to print. But I try not to print just like garbage stuff, right? Because there's so many different trinkets and whatnot that I could print, but I don't want to print the trinkets. I want to print useful stuff. Anyway, yesterday I was making some upgrades on it, and I sliced my thumb open. Like, you really can't see it that much, but I was bleeding everywhere. It was all over my hand, all over my tools, all over the 3D printer, all over the place. And my kids were all freaking out. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, Dad, you're going to die. And I'm like, nah, it's fine. Just throw a Band-Aid on it. But of course, the only Band-Aids in our house were Minion Band-Aids, you know, the little yellow guys. That was the only Band-Aids in our entire house. So I was walking around last night with a little yellow thumb thanks to my Minion Band-Aids. Hey, if you're here, do me a favor in the chat. Say hi so I can say hi back to you. Let's do this. Let's get into today's market analysis. Oh, wait. Brian said something. Print a Band-Aid. No, maybe I missed a step there. No, I cut myself on the 3D printer because I was making some upgrades to it. And one of the upgrades that I was doing was, because I am a huge nerd, is I was putting in new fans because the fans on it are just so loud, like the little spinning computer fans, and just like loud as could be. And I was like, I can't do that anymore. I need to do something about this. So I was putting in these new fans, and in the process, I sliced my thumb real good. But, you know, had the nice Minion Band-Aid, took care of it. Thanks for coming today, Brian. Let's go into today's market analysis real quick. All right, so today was a productive day. Today, we finally had the S&P crack a little bit. It's down 71 basis points right now. It was down a good 2% or something like that earlier today. 1.5%, basically. Now, as I say all the time, I am no perma bear, perma bull, or perma anything. I'm just trying to read what the market's telling us. And this volatility, this lack of direction is what I've been saying for 2 weeks now. I want to play. I know you want to play, but we need to be cautious because I mean we could have got caught out yesterday if we had gone long. Let's see. I like to look at the S&P 500 map. I don't actually trade off this, but it is useful as far as like getting an idea of what's going on. So that's today, and this is the last week. The last week has been pretty good. The last month should be, there's a lot of red on there, but it's also flat. I mean, the last time we hit this area was November 5th, and then again, November 22nd, then again, December 13th, and again, it's failed. I saw some stuff on the internet about people talking about quad witching, and if you don't know what that is, that's when all the expirations are happening all at the same time. And really, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. You just need to know that the price is not conductive. The price is going sideways. And because we have the access that most people just don't even know about to the MMFI, it shows us that 26%, just one out of four stocks are bullish right now. That's such a big red flag. I can't even express it. And then on top of that, we do have a red Fin Club day. So we are just waiting for the 10-day average to be below the 20-day moving average, and then price to be below the 50-day. It needed 100 S&P 500 points to come out of that before we got down to the or 110, $11 on the SPY. And we're over halfway there in like the span of 2 days. So it definitely could happen pretty soon. But I do want to give you some heads up. So later on, actually, let me do it on this side. Later on this month, the 27th to the 31st, our office is going to be closed. And I don't want you to trade either. It's going to be a really thin week. And if you do try to trade this week, there's a chance that things will move against you faster or move for you faster than you're anticipating. So this week, I want you to plan on taking a break. Don't worry about making the profits. They'll be there later. But this week, plan on taking a break. And also, for Friday's webinar, if you haven't already registered, webinar.10minutestocktrader.com. It'll take you here. Make sure you register there. It'll give you the link that you're going to need. I want you guys who are here as 10-minute traders to wear your 10-minute trader swag. I know you got this because I sent it to you myself personally. So Friday, wear your shirt as like a community, all doing this together. I think that'll be really fun to do if we can all do that together. Lastly, because we are not putting on any new trades, because we do not have anything in our portfolio, because we're playing very defensively on another transition day until the market tells us where it's going to go, I would like to go to today's final thoughts, and I think you're going to like this one. You're not a bad trader. The market's just rigged. Have there been times where you said that? Maybe. I know I did. There was a point in time where I was following this, trading guru on Twitter who had a monkey for a profile avatar, and this person was talking about how gold was done with its bear market, and it's about to be the strongest bull market ever for gold. And if you've listened to the podcast, you know the story. So I bought everything. I bought GLD, GDX, GDXJ as far as I could. I got as deep and long as possible as I could into gold. And you probably know what happened after that. Gold continued to go down. This was the second time I blew up my account. And of course, this trading guru on the internet was like, the market's rigged. All this other stuff is happening. It should be going up. And of course, me as the novice who didn't know any better, I'm like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, it is rigged. I'm not a bad trader. The market's just rigged. Nah. No, that's not the way to play the game. If you understand and watch what we do, you will be on the opposite end of that and actually riding that trend, whichever direction it goes. You will be riding the trend up while everybody else is screaming, no way, not possible. You'll be riding the trend down as everybody's saying, no way, not possible. And you will avoid all those awful, terrible, no good, very bad days that people like the holders of AMC have been having recently. Let's do a little teaching lesson on this real quick, and then I'll let you go. So looking at this chart, I'm going to take off all but two moving averages. I'm going to put on the 200, and I'm going to put on the 10. So does this chart look bullish or bearish to you? The answer would be mega bearish, because not only is price below its 200-day, meaning it's basically lower than the average price over the last year of trading days. Now, in the last 2 weeks, that has now crossed over. In fact, there is a crossover, hasn't happened yet, called a death cross. It's when the 50-day crosses under the 200-day. And yeah, obviously, this stock is not something anybody wants to be buying. Sure, it's having a reversal day, but the trend is clearly down. And this may be one of the stocks that we trade short not too long from now. Because in this instance, we would be following something like the 10-day, and we would let it have room to breathe. I was explaining this to Victor on our consulting call the other day. I was like, you put on a trade and then you give it room to breathe. And then if the trend continues on, you get to run in that trend the entire time. Hey, speaking of Victor, how are you, sir? Hey, Kavan, how are you? Hey, you sent me an email the other day, and I apologize, I haven't responded back. I actually got a little confused by what your question was. If you have a second here, do you want to drop it in the chat and maybe I can try and answer it live? If you don't, totally cool, no worries. I know I'm already keeping you guys past 10 minutes, but I really wanted to talk about how, you're not a bad trader, the market's just rigged. That is the mentality of people who don't understand how to trade. And that's not you. I'll give Kavan just another second here. Yeah, make sure you register for the webinar on Friday. If you want to share this with other people, just give them the link, webinar.10minutestocktrader.com. I think I have it here. Yeah, that's the link. And then, encourage them to stop by so they can learn as well. And of course, it's only going to be live for a hot minute, and then it will go away. And only you guys, as members of the 10-minute trading room, will have access to that. Okay, Kavan, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to reply, but I'll give you. Oh, Isaac says something here. Give me another second to wait on Kavan if he does. Looks like patience is the name of the game right now, as far as putting on any new trades. Yes. Yes, Isaac. Patience. Because, all of my trader friends are saying exactly this right now. Go look at all their Twitter feeds and things like that. They're all talking about how this market can't make up its mind. We'll know real soon which direction it's going to go. I have a feeling it'll be down. I don't want it to be down, but I have a feeling it's going to be down. Kavan did have time. Yes, Kavan, I was really trying to stall to make sure you had time. The crossover will be exiting on the 8 or the 10. Perfect. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, to go back to Kavan's point, he was doing, it was on Apple. Let me type in Apple. He was doing some analysis and he was saying, you know what, if I ran, and I'll just put on the 5 and the 10 for examples here. If I ran on a crossover of the 5 and the 10, how do I get out and keep my profit? Because, like I said, this is just the 5 and the 10 here. In fact, let me do 5 and 20. The illustration will be better if I do that. Okay, so gray line, black line. Don't worry about the green line. That's the Keltner band. Getting in on the crossovers is a fantastic strategy. As I mentioned before, I like to see all the moving averages showing one direction. Getting out, on the other hand, waiting for that, you would have to wait for it to come not just to here, okay? But you would have to wait for the time when 8 days, or whatever the case is on your faster moving average, have passed below the longer moving average. So you would be giving up, in this example, you would give up $6 after that crossover point. Whereas if you're running something like you mentioned before, the 10-day, you don't have to wait as long for the exit. You can just say, okay, the close below, I'm out. In fact, look at this. of this big major trend right here, one time has it closed below right here. And then the following day, you could have got back in. And that was down at 156, and now it's up at 175. But keep in mind that there is a point where it is overextended. This took me a lot of money to figure out because I was adding to trades here, I was adding to trades here, I was adding to trades here. And then the next thing I know, the stock has reached a point and it's back down to there within a couple days. And like my once profitable, mega profitable trade, and I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this to bank because I had put it on when it was too extended, turned out to be an overall loser because this position was winning, but these two were losing. And I got really, the word is butthurt that I like to use. I got really butthurt by that. And I just figured out, there has to be a point where it's overbought. And I don't use RSI or anything like that. To Kavan's point, he got his alert today. And because he got his alert today, he got out. So dude is on his way to understanding and being successful as a 10-minute trader. Kavan, really, really proud of you, man. And I apologize for the camera issue. It shouldn't happen again. All right, that is everything that I wanted to cover today. The market is being a little constructive for us here if we're going to go short. The MMFI continues to be very bearish. FinClub is red. You're not a bad trader. The market's just rigged. Don't believe that. You're better than that. Make sure you come to the webinar Friday morning. Wear your shirt. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier. It would be awesome if everyone who can come can wear your 10-minute stock trader shirt. That way we as a community can be a part of this together. That would be awesome. I really want to get as many people as possible. So if you want to share this with your friends and family and anyone else who's interested in trading, the link is webinar.10minutestocktrader.com. And other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. And now that I've got everything plugged in right, hopefully the stream will stay the entire time. Have a fantastic afternoon. Talk later.
Welcome to the 10-Minute Trading Room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Well, good afternoon, traders. Happy December the 15th, Wednesday, December the 15th. I keep thinking today is Thursday. If you are here watching live, do me a favor, go into the chat box, say hi so I can say hi back to you. I got a few things I wanted to cover today, and I will do my best to get you in and out and on with the rest of your day so that you can be a 10-minute trader. First things first, I want to share a quick story with you. Last night, so I have two little boys, as you know. I was roughhousing with them, and that's what little boys do. My wife just doesn't get it, but little boys and their dads roughhouse. And so we're roughhousing on our bed, and my little one starts crawling across my face. He's 6. He's not that little. And I'm like, stop, 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 stop. And he keeps going and straight up cracked my glasses. Like they are actually separated at this point. You might be able to see that. Yeah. I don't have any backups because I thought I had backups, and I was like, oh, no big deal. But here's a super ultra pro tip. If you wear glasses, there's an incredible website where I get mine from. It's called zennyoptical.com. And my glasses shipped to my door onto my face cost $28. And the best part about it was they already had my stuff like logged in and saved on my profile. So all I had to do was just click reorder. So they'll be here in a couple of weeks. So yeah, super ultra pro tip. I learned about this in college, and when people talk about how they spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on glasses and need insurance and everything, I'm like, nah, just go to zennyoptical.com. That's today's sponsor. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that because of my experience last night and today. Brian is here. Hey, Brian, glad you could make it today. I appreciate you coming every day. It's really important to be able to see all the pieces and how they fit together. And you can do that by showing up every day. So thanks, Brian. Donna, all the way from California. How are you? I hope you're doing well out there. I don't know what all is going on in California, but every time I turn on the news, and maybe it's just my news sources, I don't know. Every time I turn on the news, I hear something awful about California, and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe they would do that to them. So I hope you're doing well. I really do. But let's do this. Let's get into first our market analysis. So I'm going to teach you a huge pro tip. Whatever the market does immediately following the Fed announcements, it may reverse. I say may because I've seen it go both ways. But when you see a big reversal candle like this, I'm not going to say it will, but there's a possibility that this will reverse. And maybe you've seen it too. There are people who trade just this move. I know I remember reading one in one of the Market Wizards book. This is the only trade that this particular Market Wizard makes. It's exactly what happens after the Fed makes their announcements. I have no idea. Honest to God, I don't even know what the Fed announced earlier. If I had to guess that they're going to be more dovish, but I don't know because I don't look at the news. I don't care about the news. I only care about price. And tell me, looking at this chart, if price is bullish or bearish or neutral. It's very plainly obvious. It's still neutral. Even with a big move reversal candle like this, it's still flat over the last month. Because it's still flat over the last month, we don't have a direction that we can trade. If you go to the MMFI, I looked at this earlier today. This was setting new lows for the year earlier today. At the moment, it's at 25%. Hold up here. You're telling me we're knocking at all-time highs, yet only 1 in 4 stocks are bullish? There's a clear disconnect here. I think I saw another stat earlier that said 5 companies in the Qs, the NASDAQ, have led 35% of the entire growth in the NASDAQ this year, meaning that without those, the NASDAQ will have only moved about 2/3 of what it's actually moved this year. So, yeah, this market's really disconnected. And because we know better, because we're 10-minute traders, we haven't had the problem of being on the wrong side of these moves. That's how it goes, right? There will be days where we are on the right side of the move and we are watching it go. Then there's going to be days where we're just hanging out waiting for the moves to materialize. Remember, we have 3 kinds of days. Offensive days where we want to get in the market, everything's set up, we're going in. Number 2 is a defensive day where we're in the market, but we're not making any new trades and we may be taking things off. And then finally, the third kind of day is a transition day, which we're continuing to have once the market figures out what it's going to do. I mean, if you look at this, the trend is bullish, but the internals are hella bearish. And as I said before, the market, being the generals, can only march forward so far without the soldiers. And that would be all the stocks that constitute the indexes. So yeah, that's today's market analysis. And again, we have no new trade setups and nothing in our portfolio. We're playing very defensive, very tight. We're having patience. I do want to mention the webinar this Friday. If you aren't planning to be there, I'd like you to change that plan. 9 a.m. Eastern. So Donna, out in California, that would be 6 a.m. I know that'd be early for you, but if you can make it, that would be awesome. And I'm really wanting all of our members to, if you can, attend, to wear your 10-minute stock trader shirt live, because I know you got one. If you haven't got it yet, it's in the mail to you right now. Because this is a sense of community, and I'm excited to kind of lead the charge in 10-minute trading, because this is like legitimately the only way to trade in today's market. And yeah, if you can wear your shirt and if you can attend live Friday, that would be awesome. So let's do this. Let's go into our final thoughts for today. This sums up everything that I've been saying over the last few weeks. Don't feel bad. You will always have another trading opportunity. Be a sniper, not a machine gunner. In a nutshell, that is why we are biding our time, holding our cash tight, because these moves in both directions are wiping people out. You're getting caught wrong ways. And we're going to make it as easy as possible for us to make money once the market decides which way it's going to go. But until that time, we are not going to be a machine gunner. We are not going to be putting on trades when, gosh, I mean, these people that I learned to trade from, I wish I could just be as open, as honest, and transparent as possible, but some of them are my friends. And I don't like saying their names because of that. But I'll just say their encouragement of trading all the time is one of the reasons why I failed as a trader initially. If I had had the opposite, where I had had somebody who was an experienced trader who had been in the market, who had seen ups and downs and said, you know what, wait, be patient and wait for the opportunity. It will come, but you must be patient. Otherwise, you're going to be losing money that you don't intend to lose instead of making money that you actually want to make. So yeah, that was everything that I wanted to cover on today's 10-minute trading room. Still, the market is not conducive yet. I will be live on Benzinga here in about 30 minutes. If you could come and show your support, that would be awesome. I would love to shout you out there on the Benzinga channel. And then I feel like I have something. Oh yeah, I got to make all my slides for Friday. Yeah, be sure to come for the webinar Friday. Let me make sure. I started working on the slides, but I still have a lot more. How to ethically get one share of stock or buy one share of stock and get 9 free. The way 10-minute traders figured out how the secret to big wins and small losses. Next, how to tell if you're, you can't see this, sorry. How to tell if you're overpaying for a stock when you're already getting that 90% discount. Doesn't make sense, but I'll show you exactly how. And secret number 3 is the 3-second test to see if the market is going to take your money before you even put on the trade. You know what's cool? The 10-minute trading room is execution time. The webinars are education time. So I'm excited to share that with you. I can't wait for you to show up. And if you can make it to Benzinga today at the top of the hour, I would love to see you there. Otherwise, be sure to be ready for Friday's webinar. Thank you for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. I'm going to go figure out what Jerome Powell is talking about now, because apparently, at least the traders who are trading today seem to like it. So otherwise, I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow, but hopefully I'll see you here in a few minutes on Benzinga. Talk soon.
Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Hey there, traders. How are you? Happy Thursday. Happy December the 16th. I hope you are having a happy day. I tell you, I've been working on the slides for tomorrow, and is this going to be good? I'm trying to make sure that I explain the topic as simple as possible while still giving you the best content, because like the trading room is execution time. The webinars are education time. And I really value the difference between the two, because you got 10 minutes a day to come into the trading room, get your stuff done, and move on with your life. You don't have time to learn all these lessons that we do inside the webinars, but you do get to see me execute them. That's the real key difference here. It's the execution versus the education. So if you are here, do me a favor in the chat, say hello, or like Kavan has already said, say what's up. What is up, Kavan? I'm going to talk about you here in a hot minute, sir. I'm excited that you came live today. I do want to have a little bit of a rant. So I had somebody email me saying, you know what, it's just not for them. And my thought is, oh, you mean trading 10 minutes a day is not worth it to you? Hang on, you're telling me that we're changing your financial future in 10 minutes a day, but it's not worth it to you? You're telling me that instead of slaving over a computer screen monitor, trying to figure out what's going on, while we're sitting back, letting the market go crazy and not at all have any kind of trend, that's not where you want to be? You want to be figuring this out on your own? By all means, go ahead. Just saying, I'm here for you, okay? I could be doing anything else in the world right now, as you probably could as well be. I'm doing this for you. I'm keeping us liquid right now because the market is like, it's bipolar. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hey, remember yesterday when the Fed announcement came out and the market was like, oh, we're going to go to the moon. Everybody get ready. Like, that's gone now. Oh, I'm sorry. Was this not entertaining enough for you to like enjoy your cash while everybody else is blowing out? Sorry, not sorry. Bye. Bye, Felicia. That's what we say at my house. I don't know why. I don't know who Felicia is or where it came from, but yeah. Isaac, hey, man, all the way from Alaska, you made it. Kevon Jones, shabam. Dude, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be awesome. So yeah, I do this for you. And I'm really glad that you're here live because you are paying attention and watching and learning. We aren't going to be executing any trades today. And here's our market analysis to show you why. Now, in order to go long, we need to see in the market the blue line. I like to keep it simple. The blue line over the black line and price over the red line. So the 10-day over the 20-day over and price over the 50-day, meaning the last 2 weeks are higher in price than the last month. And both of those are higher in price than the last few months with the 50-day. That's how we establish a bullish posture. You can write that down if you want to. I talk about it every day. That's how you establish a bullish posture. Next, we need to see the MMFI, the percent of stocks above their 50-day moving average, to be above 50%. This is the reason we aren't trading right now. This is also the reason the market's bipolar as shit. All right? Because we don't have a broad-based rally. We have a very concentrated, very nervous rally. That's why the market looks like this. I'll make this up. I learned from the best traders in the world, and I'm telling you how it's done. But we do have a Green Fin Club day. Oh, I had a really long conversation with these guys yesterday. So, to give you some backstory, Fin Club sought me out because they found the podcast and they were like, hey, we love what you're doing. We'd love you to promote our product and use it and everything else. So I've been using it for a long time. I've adapted the way that I use it because I don't use it as a day trading vehicle anymore because I don't day trade. But if you did day trade, it has, oh, hang on. You want to see that better? If you do day trade, it has all their picks and their target stock prices and stuff. And I love that. But they told me this a while back. And they were like, the most important overriding indicator of the entire thing is the market trajectory right at the top. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Is it neutral? Today it's bullish, which is interesting because early on in the day, the market did go up and these target prices were probably hit. But now that has come down. That has undone what it had done earlier today. So yeah, we need to see these components all working together in order to go long. It's a top-down approach. I'm not going to force any trades. If you're trying to force trades, you're just planning on giving someone else your money. Isaac saying, I think some people want crazy action. Yes, I know. Patience is hard for those who have that mindset. And here's the other thing, Isaac. One of the things that I wanted to do by having this trading room and having a meeting every day is to show you why. Right? I could send you a text alert, but if I only sent you one text alert in the last month and a half, you'd be like, what is this Chris guy doing? Why is he wasting my time? He's not doing anything. This is strategic. And this is why we talk about it. And this is why we have the trading room and why I send an email every day with the link to the trading room so you understand why we make the moves that we make. Okay, enough ranting. I'm sorry. I just got frustrated because like this is not about action. But you know what? If you want action, I'm sure there is great action somewhere else. But if you want to trade in 10 minutes a day, this is the place. If you got a life you want to live and not be stuck in front of a computer screen, this is the place. Brian, I will forgive you this time, but just this one time. I'm just joking. I'm glad you made it, man. All right. So far, you just missed me ranting because like this is not a day trading, like we're going to trade all day kind of place. This is a very strategic place that I learned from the best traders in the world. So anyway, and I've been prepping for the webinar tomorrow. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. And this is mainly on the topic that you asked for more information on. So I'm delving deep into that. Okay, cool. So we talked about the market analysis. We talked about we have no portfolio review or no trade setups because of the market. I do have a member highlight for today, and I am so excited about it. Hello, everyone. I would like you to meet Kevon. Kevon, you are awesome, and you showed up live today, and I really appreciate that. Dude, you're rocking the 10-minute stock trader shirt. I got to tell you, like it cost me about $25 to make these and send these to you, and like it's the best $25 I could ever spend. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now. I love seeing you guys in these shirts. It's so cool because you get it. And that's what Kevon's saying is here. You only need 10 minutes a day. Yeah. And I mean, like today, we're going to go a little long just because we're talking about other stuff. This is kind of like a hangout today. I'm glad you made it. But Kevon, looking sharp, my friend. I am so glad you sent this. That's today's member highlight. I really appreciate you, dude. Okay, let's go into our final thoughts. One day, because I've been there, one day is enough to ruin 3 to 5 years of daily hard work. And if you've listened to me before, and it's not just me like making things up, that's why risk management is so important. Do you agree with that? I can't tell you, like every single trader I've ever talked to says, focus on your risk. The profits will come. The profits will take care of themselves. Focus on your risk because it works so much faster against you. If you made 10% this month, taking your account from 100 to 110, then you lost 10% the following month, you're now at 99. You're not breaking even anymore. You're actually lower. That's why managing that risk is so important. Kevon. Yeah, dude. Nice, Kevon. Yes, I agree, Isaac. Perfect. So yeah, that's what I wanted to cover, right? One day is enough to ruin 3 to 5 years of daily hard work if you just let things get out of control. If you don't respect your risk, you're going to be wishing you had. Okay, now, to the task items at hand. I have a post-it note because I was like, there's several things I want to talk about before we go. Tomorrow, I am doing the webinar early, 9 a.m. Eastern. If you can make it, that would be amazing because I really want you guys there asking questions and participating. If you can be there, wear your 10-minute stock trader shirt. Even though we can't see you, it's the community around it. I want you to be there or be square. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, be there in the morning if you can. If you can't, don't worry. The replay will be up. And once the replay comes down, it's going to be inside our members area forever. So you're never going to miss it. You're going to be fine. But be there live, 9 a.m. Eastern, wearing your 10-minute stock trader shirt. And I have a challenge for you. I am challenging each of you because you probably know somebody that's interested in trading. I would bet. I want you to send the link to 5 people so you can blow their minds. So you can say, hey, look, I'm trading with this guy. Watch this amazing webinar so that you can see what he's doing. So I'm challenging you. Each of you, send a link to 5 people, get them to show up, and I will give you all a gold star if you can do 5. That would be awesome. So yeah, be there early tomorrow morning. I am at 104 slides so far, and I still got a lot to do. But I'm going to make this an amazing webinar. So I really appreciate you being able to come live to share and participate. Thank you guys for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. And I look forward to seeing you bright and early tomorrow morning. Talk soon. Don't forget your shirt. Don't do it. I'll see you then. Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading. Good afternoon, traders. How are you? Thank you for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. Happy December the 17th. If you haven't got to notice it by now. Every day is a happy day to celebrate. I truly mean that. Imagine just for a moment, you and me and all of our friends that join us didn't make it to the other side of COVID. Exactly. Yeah, we have a lot to celebrate just on a daily basis, which is one of the reasons I like to start every day with saying happy today. Happy December 17th to you. Thank you for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. If you are here, please let me know in the chat. Just say hi. I'd love to say hi back. The first thing I wanted to talk about today was if you have watched the webinar, if you watched it live or maybe caught a replay of it since then, give me your thoughts, give me your feedback. I'd love, love, love to know. That way I can improve, and maybe you had any extra questions that I could answer. Either way, I thought it was really good. My assistant will be dropping in the slides. In fact, the plan, close this. I was just in the trading room here. So if you ever need the replays, just go here to the members only live training, and everyone is going to be here. And we're going to go in and add the links to the PowerPoints into here. Not just for today's, but for all of them in the future as well. So that should be up Monday. My assistant's already gone for the day. So yeah, it's just me right now. So how are y'all doing? I don't see anybody in the chat just yet, but if you don't mind, just drop a hello. Good to see you. Let's do something real quick. Let's go talk about our market analysis for today. Now, just imagine that you're one of these people that craves action. And I'm like, okay, let's get long. Okay, let's get short. Okay, let's put in all these trades. And then I just disappointed you and lost you this money. And it just was not working the way you wanted. You'd be pretty upset right now, wouldn't you? I'm telling you, there's a lot of upset people. But we're not. I gotta tell you, I love when this kind of stuff happens, when I can check social media or whatever, and like people are freaking out. The market's doing this. And it's like, I'm in cash. I've been in cash. I've been telling everybody I know, go to cash. The reason the market is trending sideways has nothing to do with any indicator or any MACD crossover or anything like that. We just don't have anybody participating. Hang on, I think I'm gonna do something funny. Let's see if this works. Which direction is it? The chart's falling down onto me. Sorry, I'm a nerd, I know. But yeah, like, this is why the market's going sideways. It can only go up for so long with less and less participants. But because it hasn't picked a direction yet, that's why we're waiting. Ron, hey man, thanks for coming today. I know you were there this morning. Thank you for coming. Louise, how are you, sir? Were you able to make today's training? I didn't see you say anything in the chat, so I don't remember if you were there or not. I hope you were. If you haven't, I'd love you to go check it out. It was awesome. We had over 200 slides that I covered on how to get a 90% discount when you're trading stocks. I know Kavan, he had a lot of mind-blown emojis as we're going through it. And yeah, I mean, Larry Height taught it to me. Market Wizard Larry Height. And I have the quote here up on my board. Commit very little capital, take on very little risk, and still make a significant return. So why am I going to fight what the Market Wizards say? I'm just going to listen to them. Oh, man, I'm sorry you didn't make it. Dude, definitely go check it out. It's going to be live on my YouTube page for the next few days. It's going to come down, and then it's going to be, as you know, private inside the members-only training area here. But yeah, for today, the market still isn't working. I don't know when it's going to start to work. One of two things is either going to happen. We're going to start getting a lot more participation in the market because, as you know, this is the percent of stocks above their 50-day moving average. We need to see more participation in order to get this back up. Or we're going to see the market break down. When the market breaks down, then we will go short. But I'm not going to pick which way that's going to be because, as you can see, the volatility has been strong on both directions. When volatility is strong, that's usually an indicator of a bear market. But we don't have the bear market price yet. And still just hovering in this area right here. This is, how long have I had this box up? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Once we get a break out of this box, then we'll see which direction it's going to go. Not magical. I'm sure at this point you guys realize that like trading actually is really simple. You just follow a few rules and then repeat. It's like playing Mario. You learn the rules of playing Mario. You play within those rules, and then it makes total sense. Oh, Brian was there. Brian asked a lot of questions. Brian, awesome. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Be honest here. I really was trying to make sure that I covered all the bases because you had asked questions in the previous webinar. I was like, I'm going to make sure I cover everything that Brian would need to know. You were in my mind as I was making these slides, man. So I'm really glad to hear that feedback. Thank you. Okay. So as you know, here, I will do my actual real market analysis. The blue line is still over the black line. The 10-day exponential moving average is still greater than the 20-day exponential moving average, which is awesome. Price is still over the 50-day moving average. I use the exponential. You could use simple. It's the same thing. Because of these conditions, this is still a bullish posture. Now, price is below these 2 points here, these two lines, which, if it stays that way, is going to lead to the market going down. Or I should say the moving average is going down. But at the moment, because this is the setup, this is a bullish posture. Now, the percent of stocks above their 50-day moving average is still down at 28%. So 1 out of 4 of the S&P 500 trades. Let's do the math on that real quick. 0.28 times 500. 140 out of 500 stocks are bullish. That's not very many. Because of that, because of the lack of participation, we're not getting a push in the direction that we need. There's just a few mega cap stocks that are holding this up. In fact, I want to do this. I don't put this in my trading plan, but I like to look at it. It's really useful. The heat map. So this is today, which is kind of bloody. Go to a week. I don't know, kind of mixed right there. Go to a month. Kind of mixed. Apple's up 14% in a month. That's the only thing that's holding up the market right now. Look at that. I had no idea Apple's up 14% in a month. That's crazy. Tesla's down 12% during that time. It's not a broad-based rally. But if you want to look at a broad-based rally, check out that. That's the 1 year change. That's a monster rally right there. It's not where we're at today. Not over the last week or month or so. And FinClub has a red day. Our artificial intelligence data that we are so lucky to have access to. And like, I know the guys. So like, hang on, I got a little pop up here on my screen. I know the guys. So like showing this is totally no big deal. They're cool with it. Yeah, still FinClub is showing a red day. So that's our market analysis. We don't have a participation for a rally or a breakdown either way just yet. All right, we covered our market analysis. We covered the webinar. Let me do this. Over the next few days, obviously, we are going to be having Christmas. So we are going to close our office between the 24th and the 31st. I will be back in the office on the 3rd. So I will not be making any trades, and I will not be making any trading rooms during this time. And I don't want you to be either. Focus on your family. That's what 10-minute trading is all about. You, at this point, should know better than to be stressing over the market. And during these days, I have no idea what's going to happen. But I know part of my plan is to take off, take a break, relax, recuperate. During this time, my assignment to you is to go into the 10-minute trading room and take all of the courses and read all the ebooks and do everything in here that you have time to do. That's my assignment to you while we're out. That way, when you come back fresh to start the new year, you will be set. Your head will be full of all the best knowledge possible. So, with that being said, let's go to our final thoughts. I have a good one today. All right, today, my friend Mark, he tweeted this. I thought it was really good. So, this is from his Mindset Secrets for Winning book, which is required reading. In fact, I meant to mention this earlier. In the trading room, here, I put the links for the 6 books that I use for teaching people how to trade. You get these books, you're set. You don't need any other trading books. Trust me, I've read hundreds of them. I've read 108 books this year. Someone mentioned that to me the other day. They were like, "How many books did you read this year, Chris?" And I was like, 107. Now I'm at 108. It's been the best year of my life. These are the 6 books that you need right here. Be sure, because this one was actually tricky to find. This is the 2004 version of the trend following, and this is the one I like to use. So if you click this one, it should take you to the right one. If you just put in trend following by Covell, it's going to give you this new version, and I don't like the new version. I feel like it is, well, I know I've purchased it twice, obviously. It is too big. It covers too much, that the 2004 version is half its size and is better in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, that's the links you need there. Brian mentioned that's a lot of homework. Well, all right, listen, you don't have to do it. But you're going to have some time over the next, it'll be 6 trading days. You're going to have some time over the next 6 trading days. I want you to go in and I want you to learn as much as you can, Brian. You don't have to, but it's going to help you. It's not going to help me. It's going to help you. I do this for you guys. I don't have to be doing this. I like to say that because, in all honesty, like, this is my passion. I love this. And when if I can get you to learn and embody that excitement that I have and have the success that I know you can have, dude, it makes me feel so happy. It makes me smile from ear to ear. All right. So this is how to go from mediocre to super performer. We'll make more questions for you. Good. I'm not claiming to be a know-it-all. If I don't know something, I'll go find someone that does and learn from them. And then I'll report back to you guys. So the number one way to go from mediocre to super performer is admit you suck. Okay, this is a really funny thing. If you go to the YouTubes, hang on, let me pull it up here. Maybe I can even drop it in the chat, youtube.com. Okay. And then, because there's one podcast. Not this one, this one. If you go watch this one, this is the first time I spoke with Minervini, someone that says achieve super performance. He rips me up. You can see it on my face too. Because there's one point where he says, "That's why your trades suck." And I was like, oh. But he was so right. And I had to do that. I had to admit that I sucked before I could even believe that I could be great. Because if I didn't admit that I suck, then I wouldn't have been open-minded to believe that I could be great. Then you need to find somebody great and then shut up and listen. Don't tell me that you know how to trade better than me and I'm not giving you enough action and you're going to go somewhere else and join another trading room because I don't do enough. Now, this is strategic. Listen to what we're talking about. Because all of this, every move we make is thought out deeply, is thought out strategically, is thought out and learned from the very best traders in the world. And I've condensed it down to 10 minutes a day. Now, I need you to, number 5, commit to a proven process. Sacrifice all other processes. Number 6, don't try to find time, make time. You guys are making time by being here today. I've even gone long today. Take consistent action. Push beyond your comfort zone. Embrace setbacks as valuable teachers. That's one of my key strengths that I'm so grateful for. I don't know what my mom and dad did to me where I learned from mistakes, but I've had plenty of mistakes. And yeah, at first they hurt. And you are welcome to sit and be hurt for a few days. But at that point, you need to take a look and evaluate what happened. What went wrong? What went right? What can we do better next time? That's why I keep a trade log of every single trade I make. And I think this year, 2021, I think I've revisited it 6 or 7 times, looking at each one, saying, okay, I did this. That was the excellent way I should have executed it. Okay, I did that. I see where I could have done something better on the entry or better on the exit or both. Or my size was wrong. That was something I struggled on early on in this year that I fixed. Embrace your setbacks as valuable teachers. And number 10, make your dream a priority. If being a trader and being financially successful is your priority, is your dream, you'll make it your priority. You make time for the things that are important to you. And you're making time for this. And that to me is really special because you're making your dream a priority. And I get to be a part of that. And I get to help you and coach you. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like the coach. I'm like the football coach on the sidelines. And you guys are like, my 11 people on the football team, right? You're out there. We got our center. I got to tell you, okay, we're going to go off topic for a minute. Back in my day, I played football, Texas high school football. And I was really good. I played center. And I was starting to talk to colleges about scholarships. And so I'm 5'11". And when I played football, I was like 185 pounds. So I wasn't like huge. I mean, like taller than average, broader than average, but not big, right? And so I get over and I'm talking to these coaches at these colleges, and like the guys who I'd be playing against, like the defensive line and the other offensive players, they're all 6 to 8 inches taller than me, and at least 100, some of them 150 pounds more than me. And I was like a shrimp. I was like, hey, no way. There's no way I could do that. So yeah, I don't know how I got on that topic, but yeah, that was not something that I could do. And I learned that early on. And so because of that, I had to make other dreams a priority. Ron says, hey, thanks for your passion, Chris. Thanks for listening, right? There are too many people out there who haven't found this yet. There are too many people who don't know what we know in this group. And that's why I put on as much content as I do. If I can share this with more people will learn it, more people will grow from it, and hopefully more people will find success from it. And I share my losses over and over and over. I share my mistakes over and over because it will resonate with somebody and it will help them get past the things that they wouldn't have if I was just a guy on the mountain saying, look how great I am. Look how great I am. Oh, yeah. I hate those people. I saw this YouTube ad the other day, and I'll let you go. I know it's 20 minutes at this point. I saw this YouTube ad the other day. This guy was like, no, look at my Bentley and my Ferrari and look at all this cool stuff I had. And I'm like, click, you suck. No, I could talk about all my cool stuff. I could talk about how I won an award twice for top 100 people in finance. I could talk about all kinds of stuff, but I don't, because it's not about that. It's about you and what I can do for you. Thank you for your reasonable cost to teach us what you know. Brian, you're welcome. I'm glad I can help out because those who pay attention. That really is it at the end of the day. The people that I learned from, I had to pay them. Yeah. And I learned a lot of lessons because I paid attention. So yeah, don't worry about that, man. I got you. Thank you guys for coming today. I know this was more of a rant than anything. But you know what we aren't doing is losing money when the market can't figure out which way it's going to go. So I hope you have a fantastic, stress-free weekend because there are going to be plenty of people out there who that they bought this big rocket ship move after the Fed. And then, wait a minute, do you remember what I was saying when that happened? I said, oh, watch for the reversal from the Fed. I don't know. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Who would have thought? So yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic, amazing, stress-free weekend. Thank you for coming to today. Thank you for seeing me twice in the same day. You guys are awesome. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday. Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading. Well, hello there, traders. Happy December the 20th. How are you? I do think that we're going to be getting busy today. Finally, right? Yeah, today we finally got what we needed. We've been waiting patiently, frustratingly so, getting the market to tell us which direction it's going to go when we finally got a confirmation across the board. Hey, and if you are here, do me a favor in the chat. Make sure to say hi. Brian, happy to see you too, sir. I am glad that you made it. Luis, he said, Texas weather. I don't know if it's hot or cold. I don't know. I got to tell you, like, I'm at home. I work from home. This is the library in my home. And I use a green screen and everything here in front of the library just to keep it simple. I can just walk out there, hang out with the fam, come on in. But yeah, I also like to keep the house really cold. So I got a hoodie and a jacket and I am totally fine. So it's a little cold in here, I would bet. Awesome. You are good. Very good. Well, I got to tell you guys, we're going to get busy today. I'm excited. And I've also made this experience even better for you. So if you have not logged into the 10-minute trading room like platform for a while, I want you to go and I want you to do that right now. I'll give you just a second to do so. Inside here, I just added this section, the relative strength scanner. I think I even spelled this wrong. I need to go update that. Okay. The relative strength scanner. So I just uploaded that. Now, this is really, really key. I need you to go and download this right now. This is the first chance that we have actually had an opportunity to use this. Go inside the trading room, download the relative strength scanner. At some point, I will fix that typo because I literally did that. Click this button right here. When you do that, it will import a copy of our relative strength scanner into your account. This is critical and important. I can't express to you how important this is. And I'm going to show you exactly 100% why. Now, how do we go about using this? Well, here's the step-by-step. Are you ready? Because it's got a few steps. Let me close this down. You'll see why in a second. Don't save. All right, first things first. If you already have the power scanners, now is the time to unleash them. So I'm going to hit the refresh on this, and it's going to populate a list. Once we get that list, this is where we start from. And I was talking to Victor earlier today. In fact, I need to back up just a second. I have gotten ahead of myself already. Start with the market, then go to the charts, then go to the back test in that order. It has to be in this order. Start with the market, go to the charts, go to the back test. In fact, let's do this. Let's start with the market. Bam. So we got what we needed to see today. We had the 10-day exponential moving average under the 20-day exponential moving average and price being below the 50-day. What that means, keep it simple. Blue line is under the black line. Price is under the red line. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to be on vacation for the holidays next week. You probably are too. And I mentioned that earlier. We are shutting down the office starting on Christmas Eve. We will reopen on January 3rd. Keep that in mind as we're trading here. You've got to be out of your trades before you go on vacation. Make that a rule that you keep forever. Do not trade while you're on vacation. That will stress you out. It's going to take time away from your family. That's not how 10-minute traders do it. If we open trades today, we will close them before we leave Thursday, period. So with that said, we can still do some awesome stuff between now and then. So we have the market showing the way that we need to. Now, let's go into our new trade setups. Remember, start at the top. Part of my job, really my only job, is to do a couple of things. One, to continuously make this better. And two, figure out how to sell this better. because I want as many people as possible understanding the amazing benefits that we talk about inside the 10-minute trading room. I want people to stop doing everything else that isn't working and start 10-minute trading, because this is the future. I was explaining to Victor earlier today, you can look at a chart, like Facebook was his example, and it may be set up perfectly on the chart. But until you backtest it and see if your strategy works in your backtest, you really don't know. But if you've got the market working for you, remember, start at the top. If you've got the market working for you and the chart working for you and the backtest working for you, if you have all of those lined up and it's a liquid stock, you have to take the trade. Have to. That's the way models work. If you do not take the trade, you invalidate that trade. So let's get busy. So the first thing, if you have the bearish power scanner, I'm going to go ahead and refresh that right now. So that's going to tell us at this very moment if everything is meeting our criteria. So we got to give that just a second. It's going to scan through the S&P 500. And it will pop out everything that is basically the worst stocks out there as the plan. Because we don't want something that's like doing okay. We want the absolute worst, which, going back to the relative strength scanner, we're going to look at this in just a second and use it. The MMFI is setting new 52-week lows here at 20. So that means like 1 in 5 stocks now is bullish, which is awful. FinClub is showing red. We got everything we need to go short. Now we have a list. We have 20 charts. Surprisingly so, only 20 charts. There may be some that are now in the oversold position that we wouldn't touch. Okay. There are a lot that have not reached where we need them to. Where we need them to is we need them under their 200-day moving average. We need each individual one to be under its 200-day. We need each individual one to be under its 50-day, under its 10-day, under its 20-day. We got a lot of criterias, right? In fact, I have the entire criterias right here. This is a checklist, and this checklist is nothing other than what is in the power scanner. So it just makes it simple to go bloop down there. Here we go. So the power scanner gives us these results just automatically. And then this checklist helps us know when it's all green lights that we're good to go. So now with that said, we take this list and I'm going to hit clone. When I do this, it's going to give me the entire list. I'm going to copy this. Now this is what I do on my side. You don't have to do this, but I'm telling you how I do it. I have a little Excel document here that I just call it scanning help, and it has macros built into it. So I can take this list, because when I paste it, it'll paste in as a row, and I need to paste it as a column. So now I've got this. I'm going to go back to our relative strength scanner here, and I'm going to paste this as values. So you've made a copy of it. Now you go to File, Edit, Paste Special Values. You don't have to do it the way I did it. I just do it because it takes me all of 2 seconds to do. What is this? BTBT. Let's take a look. Luis, I'm going to go. Hang on. If we send you questions, we respond in the new year. When are you going to, where are you sending me questions at? You can send me questions right here. Send me questions here. But yeah, I'm going to be out, man. I mean, if you email me, my assistants, so I have 2 assistants. I have Rudy and April. Rudy and April, their jobs while I'm out is to man the fort. They're going to take some vacation time too. But if you have questions, you can definitely email them. They will text me or whatever if needed. Otherwise, they're more than equipped to handle all the questions you got. No problem. BTBT. Louise asked about BTBT. Let's take a look at BTBT real quick. I don't even know what BTBT is. Bit Digital Inc. So first off, I only look at what's in the S&P 500. I don't know if this is in the S&P 500, but it's a $6.50 stock, so maybe not. This almost hits all of our criteria. The only thing it doesn't hit is the 12 minutes. The reason I keep the intradays is right now there is some accumulation on BTBT that wasn't there earlier on in the day. And I need to see at the end of the day, everything lining up to be as bearish as possible. So while BTBT is looking like a terrible stinkiness, over the last 12 minutes or so, the last 12-minute candles that we have going on here, the checklist for, in fact, let me just do this. I'm going to change to the 12-minute candle time frame. Yeah, you can see it's caught a bid here. So it opened down, a gap down, but now for some reason there is accumulation of this and it's causing the price to go back up. This is why I keep the intraday scanner on, but just to make sure that it lines out. All right, cool. So let's go back to daily. Now, we have our list and we dropped it in our relative strength calculator here. Now, this is built to the way I trade. If you don't trade the way I trade, then this might not work awesomely for you because this tells me, hey, this is set up for entry. It just took all of my guesswork out of it. Remember how I said take the guesswork out of trading? Now, the real key here, the real relative strength, and the only reason why we can't do this inside of TrendSpider, okay? Everything that's clicked into here for the criteria is exactly what is in TrendSpider already, except for relative strength. It's not a measure that TrendSpider allows us to do. Now, I'm explaining a lot, and I want to explain all of this next time and every time going forward. I'm just trying to give you an idea of why we use it, because you're going to see me use it. I don't know how much this tool should go for, but I should charge like hella money for this because this is really good. But you guys being in the 10-minute trading room, you get it for free. But the key here is we need to see the relative strength and the relative strength change be low. We want the worst stocks out there in this case because we're going short. Relative strength, the measure of relative strength to the S&P 500. So we're going to take a look at this one real quick so you understand it. NWL. I don't know what this is. I don't care. But I do know that the price is going down, and that's what matters. All right, so NWL, the relative strength on this, so read it like me, says that it's 58% of the average gain of the S&P 500. If the S&P is on here, so SPY, this will show a 100 because this is moving with the market, okay? So this means that it's doing half, 58% of what the market's moves are doing. So it's a very, very weak stock. Then additionally, this is now down 21% from the average of the last 5 days. Listen, I know this is technobabble, but I'm a very data-driven person, and I want you to be as well. So if it's 58% now, it has decreased 21% versus the last 5-day average. Look at it as if we are now 21% below the 5-day moving average of the relative strength. That's why I included these little charts right here. These are called spark lines. They're a chart within a cell. You can see that this one is getting wrecked. Now, keep in mind, you ready for this mind blown? By the way, Kevon, how are you, sir? I'm going to take 2 seconds and direct you. I want you to go into the trading room. Go to this tab here, relative strength scanner. Go to where it says relative strength because I misspelled it and I'm going to fix it. Click the download the relative strength button here. This is going to pop open a Google Sheets document for you so you can take it forever, wherever. And it's really cool because Google Sheets allows you to put in all this information and it like automatically updates. I use Google Sheets a lot for trading. So remember, the AI chart power scanner gave us this list, gave us a list of 20 charts. We dropped that into here. In here, it then goes and evaluates each one and says, okay, is the relative strength, I believe the criteria is 100% or less. And is the relative strength moving average? I call it relative strength delta. Okay, that's what it says here, relative strength delta. Is the RS delta less than -10? So is it 10% below the average of the 5 days relative strength? In this case, it is. I need to see at least 10%, right? So something like this is really critical. Like this uncovers a layer of the market that nobody knows about. In fact, I probably shouldn't have shared this with you because this is way too good. Let's take a look at one and I'll show you exactly what I mean. This is something that nobody knows about. This is so hidden beyond all closed doors. Like, yeah. All right, WDC.
This one, according to our power scanner, is set up in a bullish posture. Okay. Well, it was. It's changed in the last couple of minutes. And it looks pretty bad. But it's outperforming the market. What? Yeah. The market's going down, and this is actually outperforming the market. And it's improved. It's now 26% over the last 5 days relative strength. Trust me, I backtested this stuff like a madman. This is what happened on early on in the year when everything clicked together, and I was like, holy crap, this all works. This right here got this for me, okay? Because when the price is going up and going up faster than the market, that's when you want to get in. That's when it has crazy relative strength. When the price is going down and going down faster than the market, that's when you want to get short because it has terrible strength. And then you need to know the component of change, because let's say if this is at 200%, man, this is a really good one. I need to make sure that everybody in the trading room watches this. I may make this like the video that goes along with this. Okay. Yeah, because you guys are going to need the training on what this means and how to use it. The relative strength is if its absolute value is at 200 right now, meaning it's twice as strong, it's growing twice as fast as the market. How has that changed? Has it gone up a ton, but now is petering out and is going to come back down? That's what the RS delta is for. So the relative strength tells us how we're doing, okay? Tells us if it's performing better or worse than the market. The relative strength delta tells us if it's increasing or if it's slowing down. It's exactly the same as if this is the speed that you're traveling in your car. If you're traveling at 112 miles an hour and the speed limit is 100, then you're traveling faster than the speed limit. And if this shows to be a positive number, 23, this says not only are you traveling at 112, you've got your foot to the floor and you're traveling 23% faster than you were the last 5 days. I think I probably explained that well. Does this make sense? I really need you guys to confirm that this makes sense. Gavon, dude, no stress, son. We're all good. All right. Can you please, since you're watching and listening, let me know if you're understanding, and if not, let me answer the questions, because this is new to the trading room. This is a really big deal and a really big component, and unfortunately this is not in TrendSpider where I can just like click it over to share link to you. Okay, while you're typing that, any questions or that you are understanding in, let's continue on with our process. I'm going to refresh this one more time just to get the freshest data as possible. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body. Got every man here wishing. Sipping on Coke and rum. I don't remember the rest of it. That was a good song. I enjoyed that back in the day. All right, we have, in fact, I'm gonna do this one more time in live speed so you can see how I do it. We click the scanner to refresh. I sell the scanner separate because you can use it anytime, right? But if you're in here at the trading room with me, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so we got the scanner. That's just ran. We have 28 charts. Clone the watch list. I'm going to select all and copy. I'm going to come to my Excel file. You don't need this. It just makes it easier for me for copying and pasting purposes. I'm going to click here, run this macro. Now I have all of those in a vertical format. I'm going to take that. I'm going to go back to my relative strength scanner. I'm going to edit, paste special values. Okay. So we now have a longer list than we did a few minutes ago. It's going to go through here and it's going to check to make sure it has all the same criteria that's in the power scanner. And it shows that it has the relative strength. Okay. Once we have all of these lined up, it should pop out and say set up for entry. Now give this a second. Every once in a while, Google kind of disconnects because I'm kind of using it really hard. And so you have to refresh the page. Every once in a while, you may have to close it and then reopen it because Google's like, too much data. 10-minute traders are trading me too hard. So I'm going to refresh this page and it should have all the rest of it filled in. Yeah, cool. So check this out. We had, what is the count of this? We had 28 names, yet two have the relative strength. That's a negative 10%. RS delta, that's less than negative 10%. Luis says,
Half. Sorry, I'm new. Don't worry about it, dude. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. That's why I shared it with you. Because if you saw this list and you're like, oh my God, there's 100 stocks out there. Why are we only looking at 2? This is why. Let's look at WU, okay? WU. It may have had a bad day today, but look over the last few days, right? The relative strength is totally different than something that's breaking down like VFC. See the difference there? Let's do that again. All right, look how wrecked VFC is. Look how wrecked VFC is. And let's go back to WU. Look at how it has, while it's having a bad day, it's come back a lot. Huge difference. So VFC and NWL are the only two I would even look at today. So I'm going to edit my list. I call it the Benzinga list because it's what I share when I'm on their live. So what was it again? VFC and NWL. I can straight copy out of here and paste into TrendSpider. Done. Now these are my markets. These are the two that I have found in my scanner. I'm going to refresh this because now it's going to only scan what's on this list here. And we'll see that NWL is looking like the worst stock in the world. And we want to try and go short NWL. But I don't know if we will yet. Market, charts, backtest. Remember that order. Market, charts, backtest. I'm going to try and make some sort of clever graphic or something so it's easy to remember. Now we're going to backtest it and make sure that this does show. And just one more time for good measure. Yeah, NWL is the only guy on our list. Remember how we got here? We started the S&P 500. Hang on. This is how you become a 10-minute trader because you understand the process. Now, of course, we're going long today. I'm explaining a lot. We're doing a lot. Bearish Power Scanner goes through 500 stocks. Of the 500 stocks, 28 meet our criteria. We took the 28 and then we pasted them into here, into the relative strength. So we can see the relative strength that nobody else, this literally does not exist anywhere else. And we can see, oh, look, only 2 are showing to have the relative strength that we need to even consider going into these stocks. Of the 2, only one of them in the last couple of minutes is still showing a bearish posture. That is how you go from 500 stocks to 1. So you know which one to focus on. Now, we may not even trade NWL. Strategy test it. I have a pre-built here. Bearish full. Now, I was explaining this to Victor earlier. This is all, basically it says, are all the moving averages going that way? If so, cool. We want that as our entry point. And then our exit point being the 10-day. Do you remember, Kavan, how I was saying, move all your moving averages going one way, right? We're not looking for the crossover point. We're making sure they're all looking one way. And then the exit point would just be one spot to get out. That's what I backtest on. And unfortunately, I can't like share this over. I wish I could. I tried earlier. There's no like share functionality to this. But anyway, I'm hit run. And we're going to see, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Oh. All right, so we know that our strategy yields a negative 5.72%. So we would not trade this. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through it one more time, just so you guys can see the process once more. This was a long one today. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry for like giving you the best stuff out there. Hope you don't mind. All right, we're going to close this window. Let's do it one more time. AR chart, bearish power scanner. Refresh. This is going through all of the 500 stocks in the S&P 500. It's going to find us the stocks that are the absolute worst because we want to go short, obviously. Oh, we have more now. 33. I click this, click clone the watch list. Now I have the entire list here, copy. The only reason I'm doing this is getting it into a vertical format, so it's easier for me to drop right here. That's the only 100% purpose I'm doing this in the Excel file. Bam. Okay, now I got that, and then I can just come straight over here. Edit, paste special values. Almost fills out this whole list here, all this whole table. It's going to go through. Google is so cool that we can do this for free.
Like, this is amazing. It's going to pull in all the datas. It's going to compare it to the S&P 500, and it's going to spit out, hey, what stocks are set up for entry? Yeah, no joke. This is the way. This really, by God, is the way. By the way, hang on, since you mentioned that, I'm a huge, huge Star Wars nerd. I don't know if anyone's mentioned that to you guys before, but here in my library, on top of the bookshelves, I have a Mando, a Darth Vader helmet, a small Stormtrooper helmet, a big Stormtrooper helmet, and that one on then is a Scout Trooper helmet that I made with my 3D printer for Christmas. Dude, yeah, sorry. I am way too into Star Wars. All right, hang on. And in fact, right here on my table in front of me, I've shown this before on a few episodes. While that's loading, I have several little Lego Stormtrooper minifigures and R2D2 and stuff like that. So yeah, quite the nerd. Welcome to my world. Cool. Okay, so it went through all these stocks. We still have the same two, NWL and VFC. And then we would take those two, drop them in my Benzinga list. And like I said, the only reason I call it Benzinga list is because it's what I use on the Benzinga show. Okay, now we do have VFC showing right now that it's good. It probably had to do with the 12 minutes on there. Unfortunately, this one as well has a negative 15% return. And then NWL had a negative 5% return. So even though the market is set up, we don't have enough stocks that have broken down to the point where they're ready for us to get in. Remember, market, charts, backtest. If we did not have backtest, we would have got into these because we didn't know. I may even add like a third one into that, or a fourth one, relative strength. So markets, charts, relative strength, backtest. I kind of like that. That's the way. This is the way. Like Luis was saying, this is the way. And don't think that I'm the only one who knows this. I'm the only one that I know of that knows about the relative strength thing. Like when I found this, I was explaining it to FinClub and they were like, what did you just find? And I was like, yeah, I think I found something. This is the first time on this right here that I've ever mentioned it publicly. So yeah, and you guys get it for free as members of the trading room. So yeah, we're not going to be putting on any trades today. I was really excited about it, but we won't. The only other thing with putting on trades right now is the market is going to be, boom, Kavan nailed it, liquidity. I was about to say, the market may be lacking liquidity. Oh, you're saying to add. Yeah. Yes. Hang on. I need a Post-it note. Here it is. Okay. So markets, charts, backtest. Oh, no. Markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity. You, sir, nailed it. So that's 5 steps. Markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity. You must have all of that in that order to trade. So part of, you guys don't know this, but like I really try hard to make sure I give you the absolute best possible experience out there. One of the things I do is I spend a lot of money on marketing resources. And like in this particular one, it talks about things to talk about with your clients. And, it talks about encourage your dreams, justify your failures. Like it's not your fault, right? It's the people who taught you the garbage that unfortunately you had the chance to learn. Because trust me, I've been there, as I've shared before. Allay your fears. Hey, you know what? We're doing good. Just give it a minute here. Confirm your suspicions. Throw rocks at enemies, things like that. And I have all these little doodles that I love to use. But yeah, I want to make some sort of doodle for this. Markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity in this order. So yeah, I will be doing that in the near future. I don't have it yet, but I gotta nail it down. Kavan, thank you for mentioning that. That's totally a huge major part of it. So yeah, we don't have any trade setups today. I thought we would, and I have my list out here because this is basically all the liquidity points, right? Does it have 250 open interest, extrinsic value, like I mentioned on the webinar last week? Yeah. But you know what we can do is we can still talk about our final thoughts. Dude, this is 30 minutes. I've never gone this long in the trading room. I really appreciate you guys being part of this.
I'm gonna get my assistant to clip out the section where I'm explaining the relative strengthometer, the relative strength calculator. That way, I can drop that video right there. She's so good. Like with the what is it called? The Adobe Final Cut. Good gravy. She does everything, and I could not even come close to doing what she does. So I can't do it. I'm gonna have to get her to do it. Mark tweeted this the other day. Those who took comfort in the strength of the popular averages, sounds familiar, but failed to respect the dwindling participation, which is what we've been talking about, and stocks breaking down have seen their losses balloon. I don't care if the Dow goes up 30%. If stocks fail to meet my criteria, I sit on my hands and I cut my losses. That's 10-minute trading. It does not matter at all what the markets are doing. All we have to do is make sure that we have the participation. The market has to work for us, right? Because we saw this. We saw the market trying to go up. But we, as 10-minute traders, knew that it didn't have the legs behind it because the participants weren't there. We saw this. We called this. I'm not trying to brag or toot or anything, toot my own horn or pat myself on the back. I'm trying to let you know this is how it works. I learned from this guy that this is how it works. And now you're learning from me. I'm your coach. You are the linebackers. We're making it happen. And now I've taken what Mark does and I've taken it a step further by adding in the back test, by getting the data to prove if this is going to work or not. So yeah, I took everything that Mark taught me and I made it even better. Maybe one day I'll be a U.S. investing champion. So we'll see. I'm not planning on entering next year, but maybe in 23, I think maybe we could do something. Yeah. So that's today's final thoughts. Those who took comfort in the strength of the popular averages, but failed to respect the dwindling participation and stocks breaking down have seen their losses balloon. If stocks fail to meet my criteria, I sit on my hands and I cut my losses. Patience is the name of the game. Oh, like big time. Thanks, Kavan. I appreciate that. By the way, thank you, Kavan, for inviting so many people to the webinar last week. I really appreciated that. I saw that it's been shared quite a lot too. It was supposed to come down today, but I don't think my assistant got to it yet. But yeah, it's supposed to be unlisted at this point. So yeah, thanks for doing that. Thank you all for coming. I know this was a really long one today. I'm going to clip the relative strength part out, make myself notes, and put that as a video on here. Also, I just sent my assistant the PowerPoints for the live webinars we've done before. So those should be up by tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy week. Really crazy week because there's a lot of liquidity issues, right? There are plenty of traders out there who they're not going to trade this week and next week. Because of that, the market's going to have to move farther to find buyers and sellers. When that happens, a lot can happen in the span of a very short time, which could be great. But if we do put trades on, they got to come off before we go on vacation. So guys, thank you for coming to today's like exceptionally long 10-minute trading room. I totally blew it on the 10-minute part, but that's how it goes. We got a lot to talk about. And I hope you don't mind that I over deliver and give you something that is like truly amazing that I've never shared before. So thank you guys for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.
Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Well, good afternoon, traders. Happy December the 21st. Getting close to Christmas time. I got to tell you, we got some drama going on up in my neighborhood. My neighbor's house is on fire. Like there are fire trucks outside my house, blocking the driveway, police cars blocking the streets and everything. And I'm like, I got to go to the trading room. It's not a huge fire from what I can tell, but like they actually had it, hooked up to the fire hydrants and had hoses strewn across the lawn. So I don't know what's going on over there, but Thankfully, it doesn't look like a devastating fire. It may have been a kitchen fire. I know I've had one of those. Full disclosure, here on my desk one day, I actually had a fire on my desk. Like I had a candle that like when you get to the bottom of the candle, it cracks. It cracked and like all the wax inside caught on fire, and there was like an actual fire on my desk. And so I ran to the kitchen because we had a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. And I get the fire extinguisher and I go to put it out, and the daggone fire extinguisher is straight empty. Like there is nothing in it. And I'm like, oh my God, my desk is on fire. And this happened like 3 months ago. So I went back to the kitchen and I'm like, okay, one or two things are going to happen here. Either I pour water on it and the water will put it out, or I pour water on it and it's going to explode. So I'm not sure which is going to happen. So I come back from the kitchen and I had a cup of water and I get the straw, where you put your finger over the top and you drop it out and drop a couple drops on it. Put the drops on it to see if it put the fire out. No, 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 no. It exploded. And like it's all I still have like little wax remnants on my keyboard and stuff from it happening. And I was like, holy moly, this is kind of scary. So I went to the refrigerator, and my Boy Scout training from back in the day was like, get some baking soda. Because I know if you have a grease fire, you use baking soda. So I was like, I hope baking soda works. And I got the baking soda. I just went, boop. I mean, it couldn't have been more than like 4 milli nothings. I don't know weights and measurements. It was barely anything at all. And the fire went out. And I was like, oh, that was scary. That was close. Like it was close enough to like really make me nervous. So yeah. Crazy day. Brian, the roof is on fire and we don't need no water. Listen, we don't need no fires around here. It's Christmas time, man. Nobody wants any fires around here. I think they're all safe. They got ambulances outside. One of them went in the ambulance, but he like walked over. So I think he's okay. But yeah, kind of crazy around here. Kavan, how are you, sir? Kavan mentioning percent of stocks grew a lot today. It did. We have a lot to cover today. So I better quit chatting and get busy. Give me a second here. I got to click on my tabs in the right spot. Kavan, I'm impressed that you're already on top of that. Good job, dude. All right, let's first go to our market analysis. Find the right button to click for that. So you remember yesterday how I was like, today's the day, we're getting ready, we're going to go short. But we didn't. And we followed our plan. And had we gone short, NWL is up 5% since that point. VFC is up 3%, rounding up to 3% at that point. And the reason why we did not was the back test. Remember, market, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity. I wrote this down yesterday. I haven't started working on my graphic yet because I have something else I'm going to tell you guys at the end of today's episode. This is something cool. Market, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity. Actually getting the framework of how I trade down is really important. I don't know why I've like, it's just my process I go through, but actually writing it out, I think is going to be really helpful to me and to you as I teach it. So yeah, with that said, let's go back to the S&P 500. We still have the 10-day under the 20-day. The blue line is under the black line, but price is now back above the 50. Kind of surprised, kind of not surprised. This happened, what is it? Not even a month ago, 3 weeks ago. We've just had so much volatility around this area. I don't know why. I don't care to know why. I'm not searching out the news. But here's what I know. The market cannot find footing either direction just yet. The percent of stocks below their 50-day moving average, while increased significantly, as Kavan was saying, while increased up 30% today, 30% on a percent, right? So the actual percentage of stocks over the 50-day is at 28.85. Still, 2 out of 3 stocks are bearish right now. Because 2 out of 3 stocks are bearish right now, the market doesn't have the breadth. When we get to a real rally, which you haven't seen yet in the trading room, when you get to a real rally, everything goes up. Everything. That's what we had early on in 2021. We've kind of just rode the high of that on the second half of 2021. everything will go up. In fact, everything will go up. You can't, well, obviously anything can happen, but I was about to say, you can't pick a stock that's not going up, right? That's when everyone feels like a genius. Right now, everyone is feeling really frustrated because they're like, why isn't my stock going up? The market's up 1.6% today, right? Everything should be up. No. Let's do this. Let's go to the S&P map. Dude, this is pretty broad today. Let's look over the last week. Oh, wait a minute. That's two different stories, isn't it? One day and 1 week. I don't know about you, but I like to trade over the span of a week so I can actually capture a lot of gains. If I had bought a week ago to today, pick any stock on here minus a handful, you would still be down over the course of the last week. Oh, some ice cream. So yeah, FinClub did have a green day. I mean, if you were trading it earlier today using FinClub, you're probably doing awesome. But I don't day trade. I don't suggest you day trade. All right, moving on. I want to go to a member highlight and want to have a discussion around some questions we had. All right, give me just a second here. I'm going to do my best to keep some anonymity for our friend Brian here instead of throwing out his email address on top of everything. I'm going to screenshot this over. Brian had 2 questions, and we're going to do our best to answer them. Okay, we got it here. Stock WU. Okay. Question was, back tested the long call 5 and 10 day simple moving average. Okay. Shows an uptrend, but both generate -20 back test results. Okay. Let's do that real quick. Strategy test, add parameter, condition, price, close, greater than, indicator, simple, moving average, and let's change that to the 5. And Brian, as I'm going through this, if you see something that's not what you intended, please hit the chat box. That way I can make sure I answer your question the way that you're asking. Okay, so price, close, less than, indicator, simple, moving average, and we're going to change that to a 5. So if what I'm understanding Brian's correctly asking is price greater than the 5-day simple would be the entry criteria, price less than the 5-day simple exit criteria. I'm not sure which data you've pulled, but I would pull at least 1,000 candles. That gives you 4 years of data. If you just use chart, that's 1 year of data. Okay, so there was obviously a difference here between what you and I ran, because this is showing me a -54% return, which is obviously terrible. But let's see your question. In this case, the return is negative. The back test indicates we should not trade based on this data. Yes, exactly correct. So I mentioned before, and I like showing this off when I'm on Benzinga because they don't know as much as you guys do as 10-minute traders. This number here is the asset performance over the last 1,000 candles. We have no control over this. This is picking a dart, or getting a dart, throwing the dart 1,000 days ago, picking the dart, throwing it today. During that process, what happened? Well, the stock declined 9.3%. We have no control over this. This goes for every stock out there. Here, this number here, the first one, this tells us what our strategy would have done. And as you know, our strategy is 100% in control of us. If we're using the 5, if we're using the 10, whatever, as our entry signal, we need to use the same as our exit signal. And we have full control of that. That's what it's trying to do here. If you were a robot and you could execute on every trade, that's what it's showing here. And yes, a -54% does not mean that it should be a short trade. No, it just means that this strategy, the over and under the 5 or the over and under the 10, like you're talking about here, yields a negative return. So if you put your money in, followed that strategy in and out, you would have lost 54% of your money. Not an awesome strategy, but it is a great strategy on something else. The strategy is not broken. It just doesn't work for this particular stock. Really key to keep in mind here. These are successful strategies proven by millions of traders. I'm not the first person who ever came up with a moving average crossover, but the key here is that it doesn't work for this stock. That's okay. If you like were dead set on trading this stock, you would just have to amend it to something else. Your next stock was SoFi, ran the same thing. Cool. 5-day return negative 38. Let's see if I get the same thing here. I may have had different parameters here. Maybe you were using the chart versus the 1,000 candles. Either way, I'll put it back to 1,000 candles because I feel very strongly on that. We're trading long only. Enter greater than the 5-day simple moving average. Close less than the 5-day simple moving average. Negative 38%. Yeah, somewhere along the line, our two criteria are not matching up perfectly, but that's okay. Still for illustration purposes. Negative 38%, and I assume that was a negative 40%. Only the 5-day displayed on the chart based on this data. The backtest is indicating. Should I enter a trade assuming AI is green? Oh, yes. Smart. Okay. So what Brian's asking here, let me take a new screenshot that I've not marked up. Here is where keeping amazing records makes your life amazingly better. Because when he's running this, he can see all the entry and exit points, and so can you. As 10-minute traders, we understand the secrets of this, right? We understand what's going on out there. He can see all the entry and exit points on this chart, which is a pretty cool feature. But then he can take it one step further, and he can say, okay, I'm looking at the days when MMFI is over 50. So I'm only going to look between October 14th. Well, for illustration purposes, we'll skip this dip here. October 14th and November 19th. And because he is smart, because he is a 10-minute trader, he'll go to October 14th. He understands this. This is like the greatest thing ever. October 14th, and the other date was November 24th. 24th. There. So check that out. During this time, there was one entry that yielded a 13% return. There was an exit, another entry that yielded a 10% return, and then a third entry that yielded a negative 5.7% return. Cumulatively, this was a pretty hot move right there, right? And the only thing we added was this, just eyeballing the MMFI at this point and saying, okay, here to here, perfect. And then he could do the same thing and say up to from January all the way to April, March 29th, something like that. So anything before March 29th of this year, I'll take this off, also would have been an acceptable MMFI condition. Even though there are times, obviously, that you can see right there where the strategy would have kept him out of a lot of trouble. So that would have been a good side to get in. This would have been the side where the strategy wouldn't have been in anyway as it went down. You nailed it, Brian. You do have to keep amazing records, which, you know, that's part of how I can backtest is because I mark every trade that I do and I can layer in and say, okay, if it's all Fin Club green days, what happens on these days? If it's all MMFI over 50 days, what happens on these, right? I spent a lot of time and a lot of money figuring that out. So yeah, dude, you're on it. Very good. You are welcome. Hey, we're a team here. You know what? We're all 10-minute traders. You guys are something special. Now, Brian did have one other question. And Brian, I will excuse you for your typos. Just this one time, though, sir. No other times after this. I watched the episode. Oh, this was from yesterday. Question about NWL analysis. When the backtesting yielded negative 5.72, does this not mean we should enter the market and assume the stock will decline? Okay, good question. Let's run that again. Strategy test. We should get similar results. Bearish. Run. So negative 5.72%. That's not meaning, well, let me rephrase that. That means our strategy's return would have lost money. That doesn't mean that the stock went down. The stock went down here. It did go down, right? But our strategy actually does not work for this stock. If it did work, it would have had a positive return, right? Because this shows us what we did and how it worked. In this case, it did not work. Yeah, negative 5.72%, which is what stopped us in our tracks, right? Markets, hang on, make sure I got my list here. I can't wait till I have some sort of graphic. It's not me gonna make it. Rudy on my team, by the way, I got something really special for you guys here in a minute. Rudy on my team, she is an amazing graphic designer, so I'm gonna get her to do it. Markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity. We had the market, we had the charts, we had the relative strength, we stopped at the backtest. We have to go in that order. It has to go through, it's like a funnel, right? It has to go. What do I use to keep my records? Two things, Kavan. I got you. Hang on. Number one is a book. You can get this on Amazon. It's one that my team and I put together. It's like $8. But yeah, you can keep your records in here, or you can use a spreadsheet. I keep all of mine in a spreadsheet just because, as you know, I'm quite the nerd. And because I'm quite the nerd, I like to write everything down. But give me a second here. I'll find the Amazon listing and I'll just shoot it over to you real quick. Like I say, I make no dollars on this at all. Yule Trading Journal. But we created these. Yeah, here you go. This will get you on the right track. Copy that. Here, I'm going to drop it in the chat. There you go. That's just one of them. We have like 50 of them. They all have different designs. There's also a professor of some kind named Christopher Yule. Yeah. And then my son, as he saw his dad doing all this, he's like, Dad, I want to do that too. And so he made his own little journal, and we called it Low Tide. So yeah, it's just for fun. But yeah, if you don't already have a means of keeping records, keep it simple, right? Like this one's nice because every page it says like your trade, the date you entered, what trade, what signal you used, how much did you buy or sell, what was your entry price, exit price, all that stuff. And then in between, we have blank pages so you can keep notes, right? Hey, I saw this, I saw that, this reason or the other. And then it just repeats. So yeah, plus this thing is huge. Like look at my head next to this. It's enormous. So yeah, that is there for you if you'd like it. Now, let's do this. I have two things I want to get through. First thing, Brian, by the way, thank you for asking those questions. I really appreciate it. That was good, good content for today's trading room. And then second, let me do our final thoughts, and then I have one bonus thing I want to tell you all about. This is a professional broadcast. I need to make sure that I have all my transitions set up correctly. All right. So Mark was tweeting this earlier. Hey, it kind of sounds like what we talk about, right? Yeah, you guys know. Today's rally appears to be concentrated in the badly beaten down names that are experiencing oversold technical bounces versus fresh breakouts from constructive consolidations. As a result, there is no reason to turn bullish on stocks just yet. That's your final thoughts of the day. Usually I like to give a good motivational quote, as you know. But really, this is what you need to know. I'm not the only person out there who's saying, be patient. I mean, I haven't traded in a good 6 weeks at this point because of this. Because the market is not bullish. The market is not bullish. That's just, the last few weeks here. Let's do one more trip into the map, and I'll tell you about the cool stuff. The market, while up today, after a week, is not bullish. Can't convince me of that. Let's look at a month. It's kind of mixed, but if I had to say which one was worse, I would definitely say the red is worse. Look at Tesla down 17%. Amazon's down 10%. Yikes. Yeah, either way, you guys know better because you're in the 10-minute trading room. Such a big deal. Okay, cool. I've been teasing it long enough. Let me reveal to you something I'm really, really, really proud of. This is our book, like book, like coming out soon. Hang on. Coming soon, just like the Complete Turtle Trader at one point was, the Secret Investing Book. The underground playbook that 10-minute stock traders are using to take the guesswork out of trading. I'm really excited about this. I just got it back from the editor today. I was actually reviewing her edits just a few minutes ago, and we should be sending this to our publisher this week. Even though it's Christmas, I think they're still accepting it. Let me hit save since I made those changes. And yeah, this should be live and as an actual real book to hold in your hands in the next few weeks. 195 pages, Luis. 195 pages. Like, this is gonna be an actual book. Brian, deck up, you stole my thunder. That is the plan. I am going to send you guys advanced copies, and I am going to wet signature. Brian, you're awesome. Thanks, Christopher Ewell. Luis, you're awesome. Thanks, Christopher Ewell. Kevon, thanks. You're awesome, Christopher Ewell. They are coming your way very shortly. I have no idea when it's actually going to come out. But like I say, I just got it from the editor today. We're going to try and email it over to the publisher tomorrow, see how that goes. Now, here's the best part, because you guys know I do this for you, right? These books, you're going to get them free. And you and all your friends can also get them for free. You can order as many as you want. They will be free. All of them. Every one. All they got to do is cover shipping. And it's going to be like a handful of dollars. I don't even know at this point how much it's going to be. But when they tell me how much shipping cost is going to be, I'm going to website up there. Every book is going to be free. And that was a huge drop right there, because we're actually going to unleash a bunch of books. Every book is going to be free. I just need people to cover the shipping to get it out to them. So yeah, Brian, thanks, dude. I'm so excited about this. Like I have goosebumps. I've been waiting for this. I was explaining to my wife this morning how excited I was. So yeah, that is coming super shortly. But yeah, don't tell your friends. No, I'm just joking. They're going to be free. My evil master plan. Hang on. I'll show you guys behind the scenes of my evil master plan. So my evil master plan, and this is like a mock-up page. It's not done yet. Can't believe I'm showing you all this. So my evil master plan is to have, I bought the domain stocktradinglibrary.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my lessons I've learned, get them transcribed into books, and it's going to be like Amazon for stock trading books. And they're all going to be free. All of them. And people can come here and be like, oh, I want this book. Bam, free. Just cover like $6 in shipping or whatever it's going to be. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. So yeah, that was my big announcement for today. It hasn't come out just yet, but it will shortly. And when they do, I will wet signature them. I will march my happy butt over to the post office and mail them to you guys. So this is going to be cool. I really am glad that you're part of the trading room. We are doing something special here. And, as 10-minute traders, you get all of it. So thank you for coming to today. I'm sorry that we have protected your capital as the market's gone nuts. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, remember, we will be closed starting on Thursday, Christmas Eve, through the following week, and we will be back on December 3rd. Your homework during that time is to take as much of the courses that we have available for you. That way, whenever we start back in January, you'll be all set and ready to go. Luis, I appreciate you, dude. Yoda, man. Okay, the last thing. I am such a nerd. My background on my computer. Let me see if I can do this here. I know you really can't see it all the way because I have dual monitors and it's only going to show one monitor. But it, there's me. Hang on. My background is an AT-AT walker and these like little ships flying by. So yeah, I'm such a nerd. You guys are in set for the ride of your life being a 10-minute traders. We're going to make this awesome. We're going to make your life so much better because of it. Thank you for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I'm going to go check on my neighbors and we'll talk later.
Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Well. How are you today? Happy December 22nd. I am so glad that you made it here. I made a challenge for myself. So I work in my home library, as you know, and I was like, I'm gonna hit the 60-second countdown from the time that I get up, put the green screen up, flip on all the studio lights, and sit back down and see if I have enough time to do it. And I did it. That's so funny. But yeah, I'm glad you could join us here today in today's 10-minute trading room. I just got the book back from the editor. I sent it off to the publisher, and I got to tell you, I'm so excited. Last I checked, there was a glitch. It was set up to be a 8.5 by 11 size, and I was like, that's not right. We gotta change that size. It's got to be 6 by 9, like a regular book size, like something like this. So yeah, so we made that change this morning, sent it off. So it's roughly 200-ish pages. And I just ordered my author copy of it so I can check it, look at it, feel it, make sure it looks exactly like I expect it to. And then once I have confirmed that it's perfect, I will order your guys' copies, come here, sign them for you. And then once that is available, I will ship that out to you guys and then make it live online. So you guys are going to get advanced copies of this. So I'm really excited to be able to do that for you. Part of my goal here is to make this the very best experience possible for you. And part of that is writing books and sharing those books for you. And you're going to get all of the books for free. And then, as we mentioned yesterday, the website, which isn't ready yet, stocktradinglibrary.com, all the books that you're going to get for free, I'm going to ship them out to you. They'll be available for free for anybody. All they got to do is pay the shipping on it. And I just got the shipping rate on it. It's going to be like $8 to ship a book out to people, which, I was a little surprised by, but I mean, if it costs them $8 to get fantastic information and all they're covering is the shipping, and I'm paying for the book myself, I think they'll be okay. So, yeah, just making notes for myself to make sure I cover everything. Just a reminder, we will be closed starting on Friday and then closed for the following week for Christmas. And then we will reopen on January 3rd. So if you are here, do me a favor in the chat, say hi. Kevon, he's already sending me the fist bumps. Dude, I'm glad you're able to make it today. Okay, let's do this. Let's get into our 10-minute trading room. Remember, and I can't wait till Rudy, her nickname is Rudes. That's what we call her. I can't wait till Rudy makes us a graphic. That's market, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but that's the process, right? You can't have one without the one, but you can't deviate from that order. It has to be in that order. I'm thinking of it like a funnel, right? So market, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity. And truly, that is how I narrow down the stock to trade. Nima, hi. Thanks for joining. I saw that you joined us the other day, and now you're in the trading room live. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see. Brian says hi. And Kevon says, are you still going to upload the PDF? Is it not there yet? Hang on. I'm sorry. I thought it was. We'll go into the trading room and check right now. We'll check it together. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Okay. That will be up. I'll take responsibility for that. But I'm going to email Rudy and say, I told you to do this. Hurry up. Get it done. Nima, awesome. I'm really glad to see you here. This is great. This is the best part of the day, being able to do the trading room. So I'm really glad you made it. Luis, hey, man. Glad you made it. All right. Oh, you can't see my screen. Sorry. I had it pulled up here. No, that's just my bad. I've had them working feverishly on getting this book done as fast as possible. And that's totally on me. Hang on. I wonder if I can just drop in. Hang on. I have the. Let me see what I can do for you real quick. Webinars. Was it this one? No, it's this one. Okay. Can I just drop this in the chat? I don't know if it'll work. No, it won't. Sorry. I'm trying. I'll get it to you. I'll take care of it. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Remember, markets, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity, in that order. So first, let's go look at the market. Now, the market being what it is, has been trading sideways for a while. And, part of our system is waiting on the opportunities to come to us. And if you remember earlier on in this week, I said, hey, I think we're about to go short. Let's start looking at some short trades. And then immediately it reverses. But we didn't take those short trades because of our process. Because you're a 10-minute trader now, and you understand the processes that we use in order to put on our trades. You understand as a 10-minute trader why we did not take the short trades. You also understand as a 10-minute trader why we did not take any long trades. Because as soon as we would have got into the short trade, we would have got stopped out. As soon as we would have got into any of these long trades, we would have been stopped out. This market right now is disjointed. It's disjointed because the trend is sideways. Then we go look at the MMFI, and we see that the percent of stocks over the 50-day moving average, while it has increased, is still only 31%. So keep in mind, it's like your basketball team. You got 5 players on the basketball team, only 30% are out playing. So it's like, hang on. I'll do the math on that. So if there were 5 players on the team and you did 0.31% of them, so 1.5 players, right? So it better be like LeBron O'Neal or Shaquille Bryant or Shaquille James or Shaquille Jordan. You know what I mean? That 1.5 players better be awesome because the other 3.5 guys are out on the bench. That's exactly what we're looking at right now. The market cannot pick a direction. It definitely can't pick a direction north going up until we have more participation. I do think that this is going to happen for the rest of the 2021, which is a shame, right? Because how long has this been? November 4th to today has been a completely sideways market. People are getting chopped to pieces right now because of it. Also, FinClub had a red day today. The market's up, but if you remember, FinClub alerted us, and this is why it's so key to have this artificial intelligence data. FinClub alerted us before the last change happened. And I think that's what's going on right now. We're all just guessing here. Nobody really knows what's going to happen in the future. But if the trend is going one way, we have to go with that trend until there's a reason to go the other way. There is no trend right now. Because there is no trend right now, markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity. Because we don't have anything in the chart that says, or the market that says, hey, be bullish, hey, be bearish, we can't go to the charts because there's nothing to look at. Hang on a second. So most people would claim, all my bookmarks falling out. Most people would claim that this book right here, The How to Make Money in Stocks, is the greatest book of all time for traders. I agree and I disagree. I actually read this twice this year. By the way, I think I'm going to hit 2021 with 109 books read. Best year of my life. The issue with this, so the CAN SLIM methodology, SLIM is an acronym. CAN SLIM is an acronym. The final part of that acronym is M for market. I disagree a whole 100%. You have to start with market. Hang on, I was trying to see if I had the tab where it described each one of these. Either way, you have to start with the market because it doesn't matter how great the setup is. If the market is not bullish, if the market doesn't have broad participation, your stock, which has the very best setup in the world, doesn't have all of its friends playing. It doesn't have the team. It's the lone guy on the basketball court, almost said basketball field, on the basketball court who's trying to dribble ahead up to the goal, but because he doesn't have the rest of his team behind him, being the market, being the broad breadth of all the other stocks, because they don't have that, it can't move forward. It must start with the market, and work its way down. I even heard them on IBD Live. I don't know if you ever watched that. I do on occasion. Heard what is her name? Alyssa one day. She went to SMU here in Dallas. And I heard her one day say, maybe we should start with a market first and then the rest of Can Slim. And I'm like, yeah, you should, because you have to have the market first. That's all that matters. Okay, so with that said, obviously we are not going to be trading today. So that means we will probably not be trading anything for the rest of 2021. I have no regrets on this. I know my account's up well over 100% this year. It's not as much as Mark Minervini's was. He's up 300%. But all of the gains came, and this is actually something I was going to mention later. All of the gains came for the market in the first half of the year. All of the gains for me, especially, came at the first half of the year when we had the broad participation. When everything was moving up, it was easy. Right now, this is a really, really hard market to make money in. Unless you're doing it during the day, which 10-minute traders don't do that. 10-minute traders know they only got to trade 10 minutes a day. So with all that being said, we do not have any new trades we're going to put on, and we have nothing in our portfolio. We've been very defensive the last couple of weeks until the market figures out what it's going to do. I'm a little bit anxious to see. There could be a really ugly January. That's kind of what I'm expecting at this point. Since the market's not deciding which way it's going to go, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think January is going to be really, really, really ugly. But that's okay, because we can take advantage of that because we're 10-minute traders. So let's go to our final thoughts of the day. My friend Mark tweeted this the other day, and I thought it was worth mentioning here on the trading room. The greatest traders have 6 key attributes. Number 1, they love their work. Number 2, consistency and risk control come first. I've said that, and I say that constantly. I look more at the risk in a trade than I do at the profit. I have no idea what the profit will be, but I know without a doubt how much risk I'm taking. Because I know how much risk I'm taking, I know what I can afford when things go south. Number 3 is being disciplined is more important than being right. And that's super key right now. Brian, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, it was like, well, is there anything we can do in the meantime? No. The only thing we can do in the meantime is to be defensive. Like Mark was saying, being disciplined is more important than being right. And we have been exceptionally disciplined right now because it's so tempting to be like, oh, I got to get in long. And then immediately the market reverses. Oh, I got to get in short. And immediately the market reverses. And we've avoided all of that totally strategically. Number 4, they always look to learn and improve. Yesterday I was mentioning, I'm very meticulous on the notes that I take on every trade I make. And Kevon, if you didn't order that journal yet, I definitely would recommend that, or checking out a spreadsheet and just keeping it all in there. The point is to keep your record and to see where you can improve upon on the entry, where you can improve upon on the exit, and where you can improve upon your position size. There's nothing else you can do. When you exit, when you enter, and you determine how big or small your trade is going to be. Brian says, wait and be ready to take advantage when everything aligns. Yes. And you see why, right? Because if I had tried to entertain people, we would have got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Chris doesn't know what he's talking about. This was, unfortunately, the market that we're in is sideways. That's okay. Because we specialize. We specialize in 10-minute trading. And we trust our process. We specialize in 10-minute trading because we understand the process. Markets, charts, relative strength, backtest, liquidity. And it has to go in that order. Without one, you can't do the next. This is how we are specialized. And I know that this works. And if somebody like Mark is tweeting about this, he definitely knows something like that too. All right, the last thing I want to talk about real quick before I let you go is this person here the other day on Twitter. Bloomberg like Bloomberg Markets retweeted this. I thought that was interesting. He wrote, the biggest takeaway was that this is the year of two halves. This year was all about January and February, and then every other month. And that goes, hey, remember what I was talking about just a minute ago? It's exactly 100% what you see in this chart. The market did everything it was going to do in January and February when the breadth was there, and the rest of the year has struggled. The rest of the year has been in basically 5 names. Oh, I thought I had it. I may not have this one saved, but it was saying that 70% of all the gains in the NASDAQ came from, the big 5 names like Microsoft, Apple, Google, things like that. But then let's go to the map real quick. S&P 500 map. Look at the last week. Looks better. Look at the last month. Yeah, it's just not bullish or bearish. And it's frustrating because we want to play. But yeah, that is everything in the trading room. I'm going to go do this right now. Kavan, check in about an hour. If you don't see this there in about an hour, send me an email. I'm going to figure out a way to get it on there right now. So thank you guys for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. You are awesome. I mean that. You as 10-minute traders understand how the market works. You as 10-minute traders, you've got something else that most people will never know. The access that you have to me and Mark and all the people that I've learned trading from. I can't wait to see the ripple effect. That's what drives me. That's what drives me so much. So yeah, tonight I have a meeting with my trading psychologist. His name is Mark, Dr. Mark, and really cool guy. But yeah, really good to go to him every 2 weeks, especially in a condition like this. Nima asked, is there any strategy to go cautiously when the market goes sideways? There are strategies that work in a sideways market. The only problem, Nima, is that we don't know when that market's going to break. And right now, long or short, both of those directions are real sketchy to me. And I've tried playing it neutral. There are fake trading gurus out there who will tell you to trade neutral. They will tell you to, without a doubt, do everything you possibly can to keep yourself delta neutral is what they say. And to you, I say, sir, I would love for you to go take this training inside the trading inside the trading room, because we go into a whole lot more detail about why our strategy is very directional. Because we keep very small losses, very big gains, and that's the way the strategy is built. When the market is sideways, there's nothing to do except be defensive. So yeah, thank you guys for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. I appreciate you so much showing up. I will go in here this afternoon, get those PDFs ready. And Kavan, if you don't see them, send me an email, and I'll get that for you. But they're going to be there. Don't worry. All right. See you guys tomorrow.
Welcome to the 10-minute trading room, where we take the guesswork out of trading.
Good afternoon, traders. How are you today? Today is Christmas Eve, as my children like to keep reminding me of. And happy Christmas Eve to you. If you are here live, do me a favor. Over in the chat box, you know what to do. Just say hi. I'd love to say hi back. Let's get into today's market analysis, because I'm kind of excited about this. This is constructive. This is going to be our final market analysis for the year. And we can kind of chat a little bit about the plans coming into January. So let's talk about our market analysis. So I got my family all home. They're all making cookies out there. And my wife is like, hey, come make some cookies with me. And I'm like, hang on, I got to jump in the trading room for just a minute. So I'm doing this for you, as you know. So here's what I'm excited about. We may be breaking out of this trading range. We may be. What we need to see is the 10-day exponential moving average greater than the 20-day exponential moving average, which we have again now. And we need price over the 50-day. That sets up our market posture. Then we need to go into the insides, the internals of the market, and see how's the breadth looking. The breadth has increased markedly over the last couple days. If you look on this chart, just a couple days ago, we were setting new 52-week lows for breadth. And now we're at 38%. Not enough to go long yet, but it's on its way. 50% is where I will be open to looking at long trades. So I'm excited because this is constructive. We needed to break out of this pattern. We needed to get the breadth to go along with breaking out of that. And Thin Club is green. So I am, I think it was a day or two ago, I said, I'm worried that we may be seeing a really ugly January. The opposite may be coming true, which is awesome. I don't want to see the market tank. There's a lot more going on in the market when the market goes down, a lot more anxiety, fear, bad decisions that get made than when the market's going up, right? Everybody's panicking when the market goes down and everybody's celebrating when the market goes up. And I just want to celebrate with them. I mean, we'll trade either way, but this is the kind of stuff that we need to see. Isaac says, yeah, it is a huge improvement. I mean, just a couple days ago, down here at nearly 20, I was really nervous about this, but this is a monster. I mean, it's doubled. Think of it that way. The amount of stocks over their 50-day moving average, the market breadth has doubled in the last couple days. That's very constructive. I like that. So going into next year, I do want to talk about the plan. So I am a huge advocate of repurposing content. So during the next year's trading rooms, we will be doing a kind of a Q&A thing going on, and it can be questions from you guys. But I'm also going to be researching and have my team researching very SEO friendly terms. And we're going to talk about those, right? Maybe if it's, hey, how do you sell a call option? We can spend a couple minutes in the trading room talking about that, providing that value. And they're going to clip that from our trading room, which is giving you value, and then throw it into the podcast to give them additional value. And it makes my life easier because then I don't have to create additional content. I can deliver to you and I can deliver to the podcast audience out there. So I think that'll be useful. We'll continue to do Benzinga. That's the plan on Wednesday afternoons. They're closed for the rest of the year this year. The books are okay. So we had them edited earlier this week, sent to the publisher. The books are in the mail to me right now to review, make sure that they look good and ready. Kavan is here. Thank you, dude. And by the way, Kavan, good job in working with the relative strength scanner. That's inside the trading room now. Everybody has access to it. You can take any stock and drop it in there, and it's really cool because it'll tell you the relative strength versus the market, and then versus itself, basically, the relative strength to the market, and then the relative strength over the last few days. Is it improving or going down? Remember, relative strength is essentially the speed that you're traveling. If it's at 100, it's matching the market. If it's at 200, that means it's traveling twice as fast as the market. But the other layer to that is RS delta, the relative strength delta. And that is how fast and how hard the gas pedal is being pushed down. If it's a 200 and a negative 50 RS delta, that means the momentum has run out of this and it's coming back down. And it's so cool because you can see how it relates to the market, and it's such a key component, right? Market posture, charts, relative strength, back test, liquidity, and you have to go in that order. And the relative strength, my criteria on that is it has to be greater than 75%, because it can still be low, but then it needs to have the relative strength delta of greater than 10, meaning that it can basically be starting out low, kind of like bottoming out, if you want to think of it that way. Bottoming out and then pushing the gas hard. That's the plan. We want to be having the gas push down hard. So yeah, that's a really cool tool that I built. I never intended on giving that away, but you guys got it. Brian Moore, How are you, sir? Holiday greetings. I wore my Grumpy Cat sweater for you guys today, for sure. So yeah, that's the plan, right? We don't have any trades to make today. We don't have anything in the portfolio because we've been super defensive. I have no regrets, and I hope you don't either. And you understand that's the real key here is that you, as 10-minute traders, understand why we did not take any trades in this time here. Because the MMFI went under 50 at this line here. This entire period I've circled is with the MMFI under 50. This is what happens when you don't have broad breadth. You get a lot of chop. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want you to have to deal with that. And us as 10-minute traders, we built our strategy so that when the choppiness occurs, we let everybody else get chopped up. And we sit on the sidelines counting our cash, waiting for the opportunity to come through. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm excited. This is constructive. Finally, we may start being able to get busy. And I would rather go long than short, personally. So that's everything I wanted to cover in today's 10-minute trading room. I want to talk about where we're at today. This is the last trading day of the year for us. Next week and tomorrow, be sure to go into the 10-minute trading room members area. Take as many courses as you can. Read as many ebooks as you can. Really take this time to absorb so that when we come back in January, hopefully everything's all lined up and we can get real busy. I will not, I think I have it on the calendar still, but there will not be a webinar on the 31st. I think that's currently on the calendar right now, but we're not going to have a webinar on the 31st. Our office is going to be closed. So the next webinar will be on the 14th. And if you have ideas for that webinar, shoot them on over to me. I'd love to cover topics that you guys want to see. So guys, thank you so much for being part of the 10-minute trading room. Happy holidays to you and your family. I hope you have an incredible holiday season. But before I let you go, let's take a look at our trading psychology. Our final thoughts. I remember the day when this happened to me. Early on in my trading career, it was all about high probability trades. I remember taking on those big risk trades for small reward trades. I mean, honestly, the best scenario I could set up was risking 400 to make 100. And so I thought I was a genius. Stock can go up, down, sideways, or whatever. It's all going to profit. But it was almost like I had set myself up to always be wrong. So I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid of trading. And that really helped me, I guess, in a way, because it allowed me to take a step back and say, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of being wrong, or am I afraid of the losses? And I was more afraid of being wrong because I took the losses. So I had to overcome that in myself. And that's, some of the things I work with my trading psychologist who visited Dr. Mark last night. When you understand how to be a 10-minute trader, you know that you're putting on a trade and you understand the risk ahead of time. You know the most risk we'll take on any trade, without a doubt, is 1/2 ATR. I know that's super technobabble, but it's 1/2 of an average true range. That's the most we'll take. Knowing that ahead of time really gives me clarity to not be scared and to say, okay, I know the max I may lose on this trade, let's use round numbers here, is $250. I have no idea what the max that I'll make on this trade is because it's open-ended. And the way that our strategy is set up is that when we get the market working for us and we've backtested the stocks and we're in the right place at the right time and the whole market's moving, these unlimited profits can come to us. I should look at it, but there have been multiple times this year when I've had 100, 200, 300% winners. And it's not uncommon. And I'm not promising that to you because I can't legally do that. But what I am saying is that in our strategy, the key is keeping the risk exceptionally tight, not being afraid of that. and then letting our winners run out of control. Yes, exactly. Thank you guys so much for being part of the trading room. Make sure that you have an amazing, happy holidays. Whatever holiday you're celebrating, I hope it's incredible. And spend some time with your family, love on them, really enjoy them, and have no stress in trading. There's going to be people who are stressed to the max and they can't enjoy their family and friends and everything else. And that's not how we 10-minute traders do it. This is designed to be as low stress as possible, because I can't handle that. I've done the opposite where everything was high stress. So everyone, hey, thank you so much for coming today. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season. Look forward to working in the trading room while we're out, learning as much as you can, absorbing it. No stress, no pressure right now. And then come January, hopefully the market will be working in our favor. And let's get busy. Thank you guys so much. And I will not see you tomorrow. I'll see you next year. Hey, today I'm going to be giving you $5,488 worth of trading education for free. Yeah, for free, literally for free. This will help you find trades consistently. And here's why you'd want it even if it wasn't free, which it is. Number one, the money. So I've learned how to trade from billion-dollar hedge fund managers. I've learned how to trade from US investing champions. I've learned how to trade from best-selling authors. And I've learned how to trade from fake gurus. Listen, I put all those lessons together to find what works and what doesn't work in today's markets. And reason number two I want to give this to you for free is the gap. Most trading educators are just teaching the theory. And you and I both know that trading is the most lucrative career in the world. So if they're teaching the theory, why aren't they actually making money? And that's the gap. And that gap is crossed with trading psychology. Listen, there's only 3 parts to any solid trading system, just 3. Number 1 is the strategy, which is finding a proven edge, and that's your offensive weapon. Number 2, the risk management, your defensive weapon. And number 3, trading psychology, and that's balancing both your offensive and defensive weapons. And right there, that's where most trading educators break down. And the theory only goes so far. The true traders know how to adapt when the market shifts. So here I've got a massive opportunity for you. And you will finally live the life you always dreamed being a trader would be. And I'm going to give it to you for free. Why in the world would I do that? Well, it's because it's a blatant bribe. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm trying to bribe you to try my new coaching program called the 10-Minute Trading Room. And in the 10-Minute Trading Room, we have daily live video calls. I will send you our daily video trade alerts. I'll send you everything in our portfolio and all the updates that we make. I'll send you our daily market analysis. I'll send you our daily trade setups. And I'll send you our daily trading psychology. Everything we trade, you and I, we can trade it together. It's like getting a call from me personally every trading day with what we're trading and why we are trading it. Every trading day. Plus, every other Friday, I'm going to be holding live training sessions. And that's going to be just like what you're watching right now. We'll be building new trading courses together. And the reason we want to do that together is we'll be using your questions and finding the best answers. And these courses, they'll be available for members only. Plus, you can watch me personally showing you how to use these lessons in your trading. And you can ask as many questions as you need. You're going to get it all. I'm going to show you what's working in today's markets. And it's like an up-to-the-minute field report sent straight from the front lines of the cutting edge of trading. And then I'm going to show you how to model it in your trading fast. The only way to have access like this will be if you worked in my office with me, shoulder to shoulder, every day. So you're probably wondering about the cost. Now, as a member of the 10-Minute Trading Room, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the live video trade alerts, the live market analysis, the live portfolio analysis, the live new trade setups, the live trading psychology. All of that's included. Plus the live training and Q&A calls, the live look over your shoulder trading setups, the live trading courses built with
your questions and your answers. That way, you are confident in what we're talking about. And all that's included for just $147 per month. There's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. Plus, I'll even give you the AI stock trading system course, our real trades case study course, and our bullish, bearish, and neutral option strategy courses, all for free. You're going to get the daily video trade alerts and portfolio updates. You're going to get the live training and Q&A calls. You're going to get the full catalog of our best-selling courses. And best of all, you're going to get access to a private members-only chat rooms. And that total value is $5,488. But of course you're not going to pay $5,488 for it. But it's $5,488 worth of training. And it's yours for free, just by becoming a member. Now, let's talk about the membership dues. Like I said, it's $147 a month. That's not prohibitively expensive, but it's enough to keep the freebie-seeking knuckleheads at bay, right? But for the right person, this membership should pay you. So think about this. Would it be worth $147 to have me show you every single entry and every single exit point that we trade for an entire month? Don't you think that if you develop the trades like I created, you'd get the same results that I do? Now, if you're like most people, you tell me you'd probably pay for your membership several years over with just one of the proceeds from potentially one trade. And you probably tell me that everything else after that would just be gravy. And that's why I'm sending you our total trading system every month. I want you to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. Plus, I take a lot of pride in helping members win big and avoid those big losers too. So think about it this way. Would it be worth $147 for you to come spend an entire month looking over my shoulder, having me walk you through every entry, exit, and why, personally showing you what's working and what's not? The daily trade alerts are meant to give you that same experience. And here's something else to consider. Would it be worth $147 to jump online with me twice a month to get all your trading questions answered? That's what we do in the live training and Q&A calls. Plus, you can see your fellow members and get ideas from what's working for them as well. Now, if any of those scenarios sound like they might be valuable to you, then this is a no-brainer, of course. And now that's why you should accept my bribe to become a member today. Remember, there is no contract and you can cancel at any time. Plus, you can keep the AI stock trading system course. You can keep the real trades case study course. You can keep the bullish, bearish, and neutral options trading courses, all for free. And here's something interesting about the cost of the membership. So if you do the math, it's $4.90 a day. So if you do a Google search for what can $4.90 buy you, the best answer I found was 5 apples. So which would you rather have? 5 apples or a ready-to-go trading strategy personally created by me every month? So let's face it, $4.90 isn't going to change your life. Let's be honest here. But the work that we do together can change everything. So accept my generous bribe and become a member today. You'll be a part of a small group of high performers across the world that share valuable information that the rest of the planet never discovers. You'll discover the latest cutting-edge trading tactics and strategies before anyone else has any idea what hit them. And you'll be able to take our trade ideas and plug them in to your account effortlessly. Plus, you get to connect with me and your fellow members every other week on live video calls. So you can gain the help, the guidance, and the focus that you need. So take this offer and become a member today. Remember, you're under no obligation to remain a member, and you can cancel at any time, and you can keep all the gifts for free. Hey, speaking of gifts, there's one more thing I want to show you. How about 12 trading books? I'm going to give that to you for free. You know what? That's not enough. How about 12 trading books and the audiobooks to go with that? No. I'm not even done yet. How about all of that plus our top stocks list? You can get all that for free today inside the 10-Minute Trading Room. So let's get started. 10minutetradingroom.com, and let's get started right now.